We don't know how to start the videos. Like it's like podcasts. We don't know how to at all.
Nobody knows how to start it, no.
No, not at all. But hey everyone, Sly47 here. I've got Pigbay and Bob Lynn with me. How are you two doing?
Doing very good. How about you guys?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Yep, we have stolen Pigbay from his live stream. Because he forgot about this that we scheduled like 2 to 3 weeks ago.
Listen, all right. Y'all make
Bigbay's
fun of me
a
right
true
now?
gamer. What can we say? True gamer.
True gamer. Oh yeah. I thought you were going to defend yourself there, Pigbay. I was like,
No, I got nothing.
You got caught red-handed, bro. There's nothing you can say.
The man had to buy a subscription just to freaking call me out on stream.
That's power right there.
Worth
It's a power
worth
move.
the $6 or $7, I think it is. But yeah, worth it.
No, mine's are lower. Mine's only like 3.
I bought the advanced version just to
Oh, okay.
lower
Then
my
yeah,
face
that's
a little bit
more.
and that way I also can bill you after. That is a charitable donation, actually. There, not TSA. The tax service, the tax revenue service. I'm
You put it on
losing
your
it right now.
taxes?
Yeah. That's a charity. That's a charity. Okay, everyone. We have the old list right here, and I will make sure to note in the editing bay that this is the old list. Some very interesting takes, but we are going to do what we have done a lot and reset it for this year so that we can go over and cover all of them afresh. Now with Bob Lynn with us this year, joining Pigbay and I last year and such. So we're going to go through all of it. Oh boy, are you two ready?
Yeah. We're about to get sunk in.
Sunk in. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that we've actually got it ordered and adjusted, because there's so many tier 10s and everything like that, let's go into the first one, and that ends up being a carrier, Admiral Nakimov. I know I've sold it on my press account a long time ago. Who's played it since the carrier changes?
I haven't played carrier since, so.
Never. I played the Nakimov, but that was guns only, and that's not really what we're looking for here. It's good at guns only, but
that is true.
Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, it's one of the harder carriers to play, but also it's also unforgiving because you can just send stuff over and over again. But is it effective compared to Haku or FDR? I don't feel threatened compared to an FDR or Haku.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to shoot the planes down if you got some AA. And most Nakimov players, I've seen, they don't really know what they're doing. So I would say playable.
I would agree with that.
I was going to go either
compared to the other ones.
Yeah, in the comparison. I've heard needs
no carrier needs fixing.
No, I agree.
Okay, got it. I think we're settled on that. Yeah, Nakimov, I actually think it's one of the more balanced ones because you actually can shoot on the planes. And that's what's kind of nice about it, but it's a lot of work for not a lot of reward. So it needs a little bit of something, maybe. I don't know. Nevsky. Alexander Nevsky.
Straight to competitive.
I'll agree with you
in
on that
my
one.
opinion.
It's
consistent, it's easy to play, long range, hits DDs hard, hits cruisers hard, and you can set fire to any battleship.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very good Russian cruiser that I think if people want to start playing Russian cruisers, that's the one you got to go for.
I also feel like a lot of people forget that you can shoot AP almost 100% all the time. You don't need to really, the HE is there if you're maybe just you're not that accurate with it. So it's very easy to play because you have that HE that's decent to back yourself up on. So I do still feel like it needs a mobility buff. Just give it a slight little mobility buff and it'd be perfect. It'd be right in almost borderline meta.
Looking at the AA, it's not terrible either. To be honest,
No, it's there.
Large. It's better than I thought it was. It's been a while since I looked at Nakimov, or not Nakimov, Nevsky.
Yeah,
I think also what you're saying with the maneuverability slide, if you gave it a little bit better maneuverability, it wouldn't be stuck at 15 kilometers all the time because that's pretty much all you do in Nevsky. You just stay far back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You have to stay far back because that thing can get slapped. Not as bad as another trick that we'll get to, but we'll get to that one. Attilio Regelo, the non-tricked versions. This is just standard plain. I kept the tricked versus non-tricked in this one in comparison to the DD one because I do feel like when you're looking at the grand scheme of tier 10, the tricked is a lot more considerably nicer.
Mm-hmm.
There's a noticeable difference, but what do you guys think of Regolo?
You start, Pigby. You're a DD player.
I want to say it's like between. I would put it like if there was a way to put it between competitive meta. Like it's very close to being meta. It's just that gun range. It leaves something lacking. But when you are in range, especially if you're using it for what it's for, a DD hunting, it's amazing. Plus, you have super long range torps. Like you have a very nice window to stealth torp. So.
Oh yeah. Which
pretty much
realized
age 10 years before you reach the target.
Oh yeah.
I agree actually with competitive. I think after Red's been spewing so much preaching about the Regolo and trying it, I can see what he's saying. You know, I easily got 100k sap damage in a challenge with it without it being tricked. So yeah, I think competitive is a fair placement.
Oh yeah. You learn to work around those short gun ranges. It sucks when you play it in streaming and people just bring better, longer range, gun boats on you. I hardly ever played on stream because of that, but when I go off stream, it's a fun ship to play. I really enjoyed it, especially the grind overall. Not too bad either, except for the tier 8. But Tricked Regolo. So this is just with the camo, which I think the historical one's better or something like that. I can't remember which one. I think it's and then the commander, Paolo.
Yeah, there's Paolo, and you could also go for Campioni. I guess both of them are really good.
I'd say borderline low meta. Like it's just it makes a whole new comfy level to it. Everything comes back
especially if the player, you know, has played a lot of Regolo and now it's tricked. Yeah, it's probably meta. I don't know. I can definitely say meta is fair, but I'm probably more competitive because of the gun range.
Yeah, I'm thinking competitive still.
Like, okay, so maybe it wasn't even needed. I thought that was that, but we can adjust later. We can move stuff around.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's let it stay in meta, and see if something else takes over the spot.
It's true. There's a lot of good DDs right now, including the one that we just skipped accidentally because I missed a few in the reordering process. The Bazan.
Meta.
Yeah.
Yep,
there's nothing to say. Meta. I mean, long range torps, devastating AP, 3 burst salvo with an 18-second reload. Yeah.
Yeah. Meta. 100%.
It's nuts. It's an insane ship, and I'm so glad I was able to get it. I was lucky, but I also paid the price.
I'm jelly.
Indeed.
I'm jelly.
Oh yeah. No, Bazan is top of meta. It's great. It's like a 10k burst if you land them all on DD. So you whittle them down just a little bit, and you're taking a DD out within the first 2 minutes, easy, by yourself, pretty much.
Like 3 or 4 normal salvos, and then you can finish them with the burst. It's disgusting.
It's just and the torps, and then what was it you were saying, Pickbait? You're thinking that it should get buffed to have smoke 3.
I agree.
No, that was Gdansk. We were talking about Gdansk.
That was Gdansk. Okay, I thought Bazan would also be really good to have that on there too, because that totally needs it.
Of course.
Give it a tiger smoke, 3 of them.
Oh,
smoke up the whole team.
You give it regular smoke and fuel smoke.
And crawling smoke. Can always move.
It's never not. Oh god. Okay, Austin. Let's talk about the king of burst, the king of just insane amount of sap.
I'm gonna argue meta for this one, because because if you look at Regolo, right? If we say Trick Regolo is meta, let's say you play Austin, just because of that burst, it's a trick ship because you can remove some like a DD or somebody who's low HP if you know what you're doing. But to get that, you need to play like an ambush predator. You're kind of limited in range. You can't just do open water gunboating. So it's going to fall in between competitive or meta. But how do we take into account player skill, or is it just like average player?
It's what the ship can be capable of, and then we kind of go, okay, then what's the reality of it? That's what I kind of go as like, for me, I'm going to say high competitive, because it's a lot of risk versus reward. You can get nuked in this ship. It's really powerful, and I could definitely see meta. I could definitely see that at times, but it's, in my opinion, actually, Austin is a direct niche ship. Like, if we go back to a BB meta instead of a DD meta that we're having right now, or even a little bit of a FDR meta that's happening over on EU right now, I think that Austin is a niche ship in general, but because how good its niche is right now, it moves itself way out of that niche category. Because You get in a 5 DD game, Austin is going to be the reason why you win.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I will agree with you with competitive when you said that overall it's going to be, you know, it's going to have struggles and it's going to have really fun games. So I think competitive is fair enough. I mean, you will get blown up in this thing if you make a mistake.
Oh yeah. Do you agree, Pigbay?
I would agree. I would say competitive though. That'd be my hot take on that.
I agree with competitive.
Now on to the black area of this entire list, Black Columbo. I'm just gonna jokingly say it needs fixing because this thing is just a straight up downgrade. But it's still a Columbo. It's still a Columbo. It still can.
I would say niche because I agree with you. It's a downgrade, but you know, it's niche. It's a sniper. It loses all the good things about Columbo and gains what it lost in the nerf. You know,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even remember what it has.
Precise aiming 2, and that's it.
Well, yeah, it's precise aiming 2 and fuel smoke.
Fuel smoke 3.
Yeah, fuel smoke.
Oh, it does get a fuel smoke.
Yep. It's a swap of the scout plane versus precise aim, but a lot of people forget the scout plane increases your accuracy as well. So actually, you have a worse precise aim in that. So basically, you are actually a close range sniper. You even though that's not really sniping, so you're more of a mid range brawler at this point. Then it's.
I mean, I would say playable because it's still a Columbo.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's just.
Yeah, I think playable makes sense because when I played it, it was enjoyable. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was fun.
But
Columbo sometimes is fun.
But when you have that awesome of a grind, like for Columbo, Columbo's grind is really
good.
Like except for the 7, but you know that's fine.
Yeah, Francesco's dog water.
Yeah,
I mean, I would almost make the needs fixing categories, you know, / not worth because that's what I feel like Black Columbo is. It's just not worth. Except if you love Italian battleships, that may be the only demographic that really cares about it. Yeah. But let's just keep it in playable for now.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Black Kurfurst with an extra Roma treatment and an extra heal.
I mean, it should be better than normal GK, in my opinion.
I'm just not a fan of GK in general, so...
Fair point.
So during my time with Soulfire talking on battleships, he brought up an interesting point, is that you're realistically never going to spec into Master Reloader on this. So is that rapid reload really helping all that much? You're going to spec obviously in the precise aim, because the regular one has that, but it's really just a GK with an extra heal, and how often are you getting to that 4th heal?
Probably not very often.
Yeah.
Especially in today's meta.
Well, part of it too is...
It's much worse, actually. It's much worse than the regular one because just you're not going to spec for it.
So yeah, part of it too, like for some of these black ships, they end up, for me at least, replacing the tech tree one. Like the big example is coming up next, Black Republic. I don't even rock. I sold the regular Republic for silver because I'm poor. But yeah, some of them just end up completely replacing it. But I don't play GK enough to know that if this thing would replace it or not. So,
I mean, for me personally, it could never replace my GK because what I think a lot of people like about GK is the tankiness plus the option to do secondaries, and then you can snipe. Whereas Black Kurfurst is just sniping, and I don't know. For me, at least, that would make it higher because of the meta. But I think playable is fair enough. I don't know. I just can't. I can see Soulfire's argument. It makes sense with the Master Reloader thing. But it also depends on the playstyle you have, right? I think Soulfire might be a more traditional battleship player, whereas somebody, for me, like me, for example, I would go for the Master Reloader thing. So, I don't know. Yeah. Playable probably makes sense.
I'm like, what is it in that tier? You got Master Reloader, Honor Seeker, and then the Flooding one. So it's like also like Honor Seeker's real. Like you're not getting Honor Seeker in a GK. Realistically, you're not. You're not getting
especially
the first
if I have.
You're not getting the.
If I have a rapid reload, I'm gonna get Master Reloader. At least in my case.
That's true. I think it's low. I think it's like mid playable when the full list comes out. You know, once again, as we're building this out, it's going to get a little bit more and more tricky as we start putting things into each category and kind of ranking above and below stuff. So, Black Montana.
I know a lot of people love this ship. But
I'm putting it right in competitive right now.
I think that's fair. I would never agree to meta, but I think competitive is fair for Black Montana.
Yeah. I mean, you get that scout plan, and then it increases that range to like something stupid. What is it, like 18 kilometers?
Yeah, it's insane.
Dude, it's part of the strategy that we did for hunting carriers, you know?
I saw that. I edited the video for nukes where he and you and another dude were just nuking carriers. That's why I love Black Montana, for that reason only.
And you get a radar too. So.
And speed boost.
Oh yeah.
And speed boost, yeah.
Yep, you get a lot of stuff with the Black Monty, and also you can slap Oldendorf on it for free. No switching, no anything like that, and
log in every day.
Yep, yeah.
Get that Oldendorf.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's a better Montana.
Yeah, I agree.
Way better Montana. Black Republic, I think you can take this PB. You were just talking about Black Repub.
Meta. Straight up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The damage output that thing just dishes out, it's insane.
I mean, she's a glass cannon, so any good cruiser player, I was using Buffalo as an example, can absolutely decimate a Black Republic, but if put it in the right hands, Black Republic can decimate anything. So I think, yeah, meta, for sure. And I mean, like you said, with the normal Republic, just kind of power crept it, right?
Yeah.
So, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, in the Black Republic, the fuel smoke offers the get out of jail free cards of just being able to stealth up again. It's a very easy to play overall. Also, it's still a friendship, so it's very easy to screw up and outposition yourself because you just go a little too fast, and all of a sudden, crap, you're right in where you don't want to be. So, gotta be careful with it. But Black Republic's definitely freaking meta. Black Shimakaze.
Meta.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meta.
I changed my positions on Black Shimakaze after I tried it, and I went in a gun duel with a lot of my viewers. Put on that AP, slap that rapid reload, and man, it's a monster. Those guns hit so hard. And of course, torpedoes. I love it. I love Black Shimakaze.
Yeah, I won't say it's the best gunboat, but it gets very close to being a gunboat with that rapid reload.
A lot of damage. Gosh damn, bro. Gearing does not want to mess with you.
Interesting, because I put it in competitive because there's just way better gunboats. I will agree that it's a good gunboat, but
it makes it like this hybrid because you have these very powerful torps too to back it up.
Well, it's 2-1.
Like a lot of the other,
it's going in meta because
a lot of the other gunboats normally don't have great torps.
No,
that's the thing. This is like Hayate, how you want Hayate to be: hard hitting guns, good torpedoes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Black Yamato.
Rapid I'm not putting that in meta.
No, that's not going meta.
No.
Playable.
I gotta look at it because
it doesn't have precise aim. That's why it's playable, in my opinion.
Scout plane gives you a precise aim.
Yeah, but the camo's sick.
Yeah, the camo. Well, no, okay. The camo goes straight to meta. If we're just ranking camo, it's like a straight to meta. No, I'm actually going to argue low competitive because right now Yamato in this meta is still damn solid. Black Yamato is just kind of a nice side grade. Like it's not really anything better, but it offers you a different playstyle. And also a sick camo.
As long as Black Yamato is not higher than normal Yamato, I think that makes sense for me. Right?
I would agree with that.
Yep, I'll agree with that one. I have a hot take probably on the Yamato. Then this is from Soulfire. I'm stealing a little bit from my previous ones. Okay, I've got a lot to work on. Okay, Black.
Get some
Zhao.
inputs.
Oh yeah, Black Zhao.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of, I would say, like a side grade to regular Zhao.
It's an acquired taste if you like Zhao, right?
Yeah. Like, and it's very comp dependent. If there's carriers, I would honestly say playable. As much as I love Zhao and Black Zhao, I think they're gonna be there.
How do you see Zhao compared to Black Zhao? Which one's better in your opinion?
Black Zhao's more consistent.
Black Zhao is more consistent because of the rapid reload, but you don't get that legendary mod.
Don't get the concealment. That's exactly what I'm fishing for. That concealment is so important.
That's why I say it's the side grade. I can't because the DPM is great, but concealment can save your ass.
Exactly.
I'm gonna argue low competitive.
I'm playable.
Low competitive. And the reason is because yes, you don't have because we also have to remember we do have a Zhao and a Tricked Zhao. So it's like we have a full assortment of things. Black Zhao is a much more consistent Zhao in the meta because you're able to get that good amount of burst EPM off. It still is pretty stealthy. It's not as stealthy as a tricked out Zhao, but it works generally, and also you get that rapid reload. And if you like me, spec into Master Reloader a little bit on that because you use it with Yoshino and stuff like that, all of a sudden Black Zhao becomes a mighty fine fire starting damage vessel. Like overall, it just does a lot. I will say, yeah, and then CV meta, it's not great, but I think that there's because we have the 3 of them, I put the Black Zhao in low competitive because it is one of the more powerful cruisers. You get into a higher amount of battleship game, you are the DD to help win the game.
I only played it when it came out, so you know what, I trust your instincts with that. I could see, I remember the rapid reload. Once you set one fire, like, okay, I'm just gonna pop rapid reload. There we go, triple fire on that guy, triple fire on that guy.
Oh, and by the way, you're kiting and you're sending off torpedoes as well. Like you're doing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, PB, do you agree with that? Low competitive.
I'll still say playable, but we could throw it in competitive because I can definitely see it.
I can't wait to see Trick Sao and Normal Sao because that's where we're really gonna get into the, details.
The weeds after 2 hours.
Yeah, after 2 hours.
It'll be at the very end. We're all gonna be like tired, just looking at it like, all right.
Next one, meta.
Yeah, are we really gonna worry about this? All right, Bourgogne.
Playable. Honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I would rather play Republic.
No.
I would rather play Republic. No. This thing is good if you're left alone, but it's squishy and I don't know. It doesn't have enough battle impact for me. I played it a lot. It's super fun. Hits very hard, but if you get focused down, and we streamers know that happens, that's not the ship you want to be in.
That's any ship if it gets focused down. To be honest.
Yeah, but it's just not tanky enough for my liking. I don't think it's competitive just because it's so easy to shut down. It doesn't have that fuel smoke that Black Republic, for example, has. Or
see, that's why it's not meta for me. Because this thing is stealthy as all get out. You can sneak up on other cruisers of the same tier, and just blap them out of existence. You have the speed, and also, by the way, you have a rapid reload and a decent HE. If a DD wants to come at you, you can go, let's go, bro. Like, I'm totally fine with this. And that's a 2-tap with all of its guns. It's just a really nice, solid, competitive battleship. Maybe mid-competitive, I could argue that. I know and the other ones it's high competitive, but it's like, nah, like, Bourgogne, it's so much damage. I think you should revisit it, Bob.
I put it in competitive. I think it's meta would be too high for it.
I agree with that.
It would definitely be too high. How's the AA? I know, like I said, I haven't played it a lot. No,
it's not. It's French AA. It's not anything.
It's not, yeah, okay.
Oh, hold
on. But if we go off of AA,
Republic,
there's like 5 ships in meta. Like, there's not many ships that have good AA.
It's just
small caliber AA is 455 for Bourgogne.
That's nothing. That's not nothing, I should say.
that's
But
a lot.
The thing with Black Republic though, it has less than that. Like, it's evened out. Mm-hmm. But the thing with that, it gets defensive fire alert as well, which we didn't talk about.
No, I completely
Black Republic, like Black Republic's meta, it doesn't matter. Like,
yeah, Bourgogne, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, that's another reason for that to be so highly ranked up there.
Yeah, that's true.
But again, I'll say competitive for Bourgogne. I think it's a wonderful ship, and I wish I had it.
Yeah, I wish I had it too. We can agree on that. Yeah, I mean, competitive, fair enough. I haven't played it enough. I've only played against it, and I think it's one of those ships. If you play it as a new player, it's not a very good ship at all. I mean, you're gonna get wrecked in it. But if you put somebody like Matt behind it, yeah, good luck.
Oh yeah, no, I love Bourgogne. It's one of my higher damage ships. It's fun. Speaking of a ship that just does nothing but damage, Buffalo.
Meta.
Mm-hmm.
Meta, huh? Both of you meta?
Yep. It's been meta ever since it came out. It's such a good ship.
I denied it a long time ago. Pig Bay. We will convert you. Okay? We will.
I say competitive.
I want to hear why, though, because I can be swayed. I can always be swayed.
So, all it does is damage. It doesn't have any versatility when it comes to like AA or fucking what's it called, like trying to hunt something down. Give it a sonar. I would say meta, 100%. We've been saying that. How long have we been saying this?
For 3 years,
Buffalo
probably
sonar
now at this point.
I see where you're coming from, but the damage output is just
it's great.
It does everything the Blacks Out does with just its guns, but better because it's more maneuverable and it's not relying on torpedoes for it. The guns are fantastic. I will definitely go low meta, high competitive type of situation. I could agree with that, PB, because like in the overall meta, it clearly is that lower meta, but good lord, those guns.
Yeah, I can agree with low meta, high competitive, because you are right, Pigpay, not the best AA boat, doesn't have any support in terms of DD hunting, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just the damage output. Every time I play Buffalo and I'm in like a CV game, it's the last thing I think about. I just think about, okay, that's a battleship I could burn down. That's a cruiser I can hit 3 times and he's dead. But
no,
it's an old ship and it works. So I guess low meta, high competitive is fine.
It's the first tier time premium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember wailing for it way back in the day.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too.
Hey, bionic camo for the win, man. That thing looks so good.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Such a cool camo.
Meta for the camo.
We should do a camo meta.
Next one here, though. I mean, we can all agree that the next one, right?
Do we?
Needs fixing.
Needs fixing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I've played this quite a bit and tried to make it work, and I could say confidently this thing needs fixing. It needs better AP pen, more tankiness, and some kind of secondary suite so it can justify having so many secondaries. Like, it doesn't make sense.
I think it also needs better HE to deal with DDs. Like I don't think the HE is that great, to be honest.
Fire chance is perfect.
Yeah,
but more HE alpha, right?
I was about to say
if I remember correctly, it's like what 600s per shell for HE. Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
I got this up here. I can look at it.
Yeah, it's like you got someone's better have the game up. No, actually, I wanted to put Castilla in a low niche just because it does have moments, but then the Bazan came out and just was like, you did the burst fire so much better. Like, it's hard to. I want to love it, but God, you just go up to tier 8 and stop at that point. Like, it's not
all right.
worth it.
It's better than I thought. It's before damage reductions. It's like 823.
Still should be more.
But I could say like when you're hitting an FDG, you do 300 damage per shell, and I know a lot of other cruisers do that, but it needs higher HE alpha for the DDs.
And they're 254s. You would expect them to hit harder than they do.
But also, when you look at Napoli, like those guns hit consistently hard every time. How come the same caliber of gun doesn't do that here?
No.
Yeah, I wish Castilla was better. Wish it was better.
Same.
God. We were spoiled.
Burst fire's
a
fun feature. Yeah, we were.
I wish they would lower the cooldown a little bit on the burst fire. I think it's a little too heavy because I think Bazan has a perfect one. When I played Bazan, I was like, all right, you know what? I don't mind using the burst fire as much. When I played Castilla, I was like, do I really want to sit here with this like 20-something second reload right now?
You don't want to have to feel like I'm sacrificing 30 seconds of damage for potentially 2 full pens because it's always very lackluster.
I mean, that's exactly it right there.
Yeah. Bazan just 18 full pens. There you go. Or however many. It's 24, right?
Yeah.
24 full pens. Yeah.
Even if you get like 75%, that's still like 16 full pens. The Castilla would be like, no, we're not going to even get some pens. You're like, God. Oh. All right. Drag Racer. Colbert.
Mm-hmm.
The Drag Racer.
That one's hard, I think. I think this is such a hard one.
It is because you can have really, really amazing games in it, and then you can also get completely annihilated.
Yeah, it definitely can.
So we spent like 5 minutes on this ship in the cruiser video. I was convinced that it's almost like Austin, where it just pulls itself out because of how much damage those guns can do, and if the more you learn how to handle its insane mobility, you can survive. You can dodge FTRs. You can dodge that stuff pretty darn well just because of how mobility is. but just like Austin, it can get shut the down hard, and it just doesn't. So I put it in competitive. I don't know what you guys think.
I think that's a fair placement, honestly. It's just like an Austin.
Yeah.
In the
And come on, when you can see a Vermont at max range, but by the way, at your max range, when you're shooting it, you can be stopped. They can fire. You can pop your engine boost and miss all of the entire salvo.
That's a fast engine. God damn, bro.
Oh yeah,
them screws be turning. Yeah, I think competitive is fair.
That's
definitely
fair.
not.
I agree with that.
I could see niche. I could see people in the comment section. Which once again, if you want to join us, comment in the comment section. We'll be responding and such. But the Colbert, I could see niche, high niche, because of just the way it is. But because of the DD meta right now, and it does have decent A. Like a lot of people forget about that. It does actually have pretty good A. So it's not gonna.
It actually does. Yeah.
Stop an FDR, but that's not many other ships. So
Yeah, if it's not Ragnar, you ain't stopping shit.
Yeah.
No.
Definitely no. Conqueror. I don't
Needs
think I
fixing.
need to say anything else.
Why does it need fixing though? What needs to be fixed?
Armor's
We're talking
bad.
about regular Conqueror.
Yeah, we're talking
Yeah,
about
I know,
regular
but
Conqueror.
regular old Conqueror.
Any other ship will pen it incredibly easily. It is one of the slowest battleships at tier 10 for no good reason at all and such. While it does have impressive DPM, it does and such, it's realistically the armor holds it back. The armor and mobility, it's just, why is it so awkwardly slow for the ship size and everything like that?
Good arguments. I can only play Trick Conqueror, so I can see what you're saying. It definitely is not tanky. Petro will annihilate it.
Yep.
So I would maybe say more niche, just because it's been like this forever. And people still find out how to make it work, right? Even without Nelson. So I call it a niche ship, because just like Marlboro, it's same thing. Lots of guns, wants to set fires, not very tanky. So in my opinion, it's a niche.
A lot of people forget about the AP.
The AP. That's why I was wondering why you guys put in needs fixing, because I've been hearing so much about AP Conqueror the last half a year and thinking, okay, maybe it's risen a little bit in.
Well, that's where the trick comes in.
Oh, let's go to Trick then.
Well, Pigbay, are you agreeing with needs fixing as well, or because that would be 2 to 1?
I would say needs fixing.
Maybe needs less fixing, of course, than Castilla, because we'll rank the needs fixing of like, hey,
all right,
Wargaming, work on this one first, then work on this one, like that. So, Tricked Conqueror,
niche. And depending on what you're thinking AP with Tovi, or what are we talking
AP
here?
Tovi, AP Camo.
Okay, well, I have never tried that, so...
buddy.
I haven't tried it with AP
buddy,
Camo.
because it ain't niche. Now we're talking like mid-playable in the tier 10 meta. This thing becomes a DPM monster. You still get this kicked out of you. Like, don't. That's just gonna be it. Like, that's the problem. Is that once it gets a mobility buff, and I want Vanguard levels of mobility on Conqueror. I want that thing to be able to be in open water and dodge salvos and like that. I don't want an armor buff. I just want it just to be more mobile. You put that, it's in competitive now because it's got some of the best dang AP on that sucker. It at 10 kilometers, all full pens.
I've seen that.
I don't have much experience with a Conqueror in general. I just know how it feels to shoot at it. So.
Yeah. It's a fun ship to shoot at. I mean, I've played I think close to 200 games now with HE focused Nelson Conqueror, and while I haven't tried the AP one, it's certainly also close to playable, probably more niche, since HE is, it could go really well, it could go really bad. But the HE is also quite nice, but yeah, if you don't have anything for Conqueror, it's not a fun experience.
No, the AP, you definitely should try it. Put on the AP camo, put on Tovi, and all of a sudden, you're still shooting HE at like the 11 plus. And like that, because the AP it's not consistent at that area, but 11 in, you're now full penning every single round on most cruisers and battleship bows and everything. It is now you fully see that DPM that we all theoretically see with the Conqueror, but we never actually truly see it in real life on that one. This time, now you do, and I love my.
I need to try that. I need to try that now.
I have played it 10 games since I've gotten Tovi up to that, and I have 7 of those 10 games I've gone over 120k.
Okay, that says a lot because normally that's a struggle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have to try that on stream as well.
I got to make a video about it eventually. I have all of those recordings. I'm just like, guys, this is it's definitely not meta. It definitely is not, but oh man, it makes it so
it's fun.
Valuable. And like that. But I will say, like, actually, I think I agree with the niche idea. If you do run Nelson on that situation with IFHE Plus, though I still believe Nelson's better on another ship that we'll get to.
I can't wait to hear that.
I know, right? Yeah, I know, right? I just actually am now like, crap, did we put it on here? Yes, we did. Good. Just was like, shoot, did we forget about that? Columbo, just regular Columbo.
I honestly see Columbo as one of the easiest battleships to deal with in the game. 30-second reload. Most players don't even know the difference between AP and SAP. So like 50% of the time when you go up against the Columbo, there's a chance he's got the wrong ammo type. It's still gonna hurt, but I don't think Columbo nowadays is a very it's low playable for me.
Low playable.
Really?
So easy to deal with. Just it's compared to like okay, let me put it like this. Let's say you're playing an Austin. You got a Yamato on one flank, Columbo on the other flank. What flank are you picking? I would pick Columbo any day of the week.
If I'm in a DD, I'll go definitely Yamato, but if I'm in a cruiser, I'll definitely go after Columbo, yeah.
If you're in an Austin, for example, you know, both of them could do insane damage, but one of them is so imprecise and easier to pen also.
Is it though? It's got 16 guns. It's just, it's your general vicinity's all knocked out.
Of course, ranges depend. I mean, if it's 10 kilometers compared to 15, right? Yeah. I don't think Columbo, I think it gets too much love. It's not that good. It's
okay. I feel like that's a hot take. I was like, wow, that's a low bar for Columbo.
I've always thought Columbo was just, it's a good ship, but I mean, it's not close to the meta BBs in my opinion.
Where are you gonna put this?
I put in competitive.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's able to nuke a DD.
Well, not even just a DD. Even those light cruisers that we talked about. If you're running SAP Plus, you're gonna fucking destroy them.
Colbert doesn't like Columbo.
No.
Austin doesn't like Columbo.
Nevsky doesn't
not only
like
that,
Columbo.
like if you're aiming at weak spots too, you're gonna just completely shred them. That alpha from the SAP is insane.
I will say this, I think I have a bias because I've noticed something. Montana is the go-to battleship on NA. Columbo is the go-to battleship on EU. So I think we see a lot of Columbos, new players also. So I just think, you know, it's very easy to counter Columbo compared to somebody else. That 30-second reload, if you just know when to dodge and they miss every single shell, that's 30 more seconds where you can pound them with HE or something else.
Not wrong, and this is why I really wanted to make sure we brought in Bobblein on this one, because NA and EU are similar, but there is some distinct differences that once you get really into the weeds, knowing that Columbo is actually like the Montana, I'm betting that once we get to Montana, we're going to rank it a little bit differently than you, because we see them all the time, and they are oblivious to what they're doing at all, and it is frustrating because Monty is really good, but...
I don't fear Montana, to be honest.
I fear
Montana.
Unless it's Rage.
Montana players on EU are good players. They're old school players. They played since 2018. They love their Montana. I would pick the Columbo flank any day over the Montana flank.
Well, I guess we got difference of opinion here because I'm always playing a DD, or most of the time I'm being in the DD, and I'd rather be shot at by a Montana than Columbo.
But if we look at the facts, Columbo does have fuel smoke, it does have scouting plane, acts also as precise aim, and it can one-shot DDs. So if we take into account both servers, fair enough. But only if Columbo goes below Sao, Black Sao. It cannot be above Black Sao. There we go.
Okay. I'll concede that, you know, kind of the comparison between them, because that's very interesting, because in NA, Columbos are... It's basically like, cool, they are going to be the ones that if you get spotted just a little bit out of place on a flank, you're going to see 16 sap cells come at you. And yeah, they're not accurate, but there's so many of them, you're gonna get half health if you're not playing it well. And just as we were saying, it's like Monty will take that fight any day on NA, but on EU, yeah, it's a whole different fight. So that's an interesting difference between the two of them. I'm sorry. All right,
interesting.
Yeah, daring.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys talk about daring here.
I'm gonna say meta.
Yeah, I'm meta too.
You have plenty of torpedoes. They don't do as much damage as some of the other ships there, but the guns, you have everything that you would ever want.
Mobility, doom spears, so that you don't have the damage, but someone's front in on you, going bow in, you can land every single torpedo on them.
Yep, the guns do great damage. It's a great little fighter starter. It's just all around great DD.
Yeah, no objections from me. I don't play it. I hate playing daring, but I know it's one of the best TDs in the game. It's really good, and seeing all those doom spears from Rage I can see why they like Jutland and daring. And
oh yeah, no, I've been learning a little bit from Steve here and there, and trying to get better and better. And there are times where it's just like, cool, someone's 9 kilometers away from me. They're not hitting me. They aren't getting close. They're missing zip codes at this point, like, because of just how nimble it is. It's not very fast. That I will say, if you're in a Gdansk, just hunt it down. Just daring can't do jack crap against you. Even Colbert, it's just we don't have the speed to outrun you, nor the DPM to deal with you. But it's just like just daring. It's the old reliable. Yep. And
this one's gonna be hard, I think.
I like Delny. Personally.
Same. Me too.
I
love
Delny.
it.
I love it, but in this meta, it's really
it sucks to not have a smoke. It's really bad to not have a smoke in these days.
I think it's a good little gunfighter.
Yeah.
Like
it is, but where are you gonna put it?
It kind of sucks we don't have any other gunboat DDs, as solidified a gunboat DD as Delny is, because it's kind of hard to compare it. Like, we got Druid coming up.
Z52. I mean,
yeah, true.
Yeah. Though Z52 is more of a cap contester, Delny is more of a flanker. But then again, when you all of a sudden add in Gdansk, Colbert, you add in all the other stuff that's just way better. And also, on top of it, more guns than Delny.
I think we got to face the facts that it probably is playable. At least that's my opinion.
Yeah. Even though it has that rapid reload too, it can be bursty. It's just
nice torps.
Other DDs I'd rather play.
Nah.
Yeah, same.
Those are zoning torps too. They're not really that great at they're not damage torpedoes. They're just send them out.
Zoning torps more like. But they're nice to have. I think I'm thinking of the alternative is Khaba with its torpedoes. And I feel like Delny kind of fixed what Khaba couldn't do.
Yeah.
Success story, but compared to everything else, kind of bland.
Yeah, I haven't quite figured out how to fix it. Like, almost more range would probably help it. Because I do feel like it, as you're saying, it does have bursty guns. Its guns are very easy to use. Like, it's a easier to use Colbert, because the Colbert arcs are horrible, but the Delnys are laser accurate. They're good.
That'd be the velocity is better, so it's easier to aim.
Maybe get fuel smoke one, just to have that get out of jail free card where you can maneuver or something, because that's what I'm missing. If I'm picking something over Delny, it's because it's got that flexibility that Delny kind of doesn't have.
Someone also suggested 360 turrets.
I forgot it had that.
No, they should give it 360. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind.
Nice.
That way, it's more consistent. Yeah, it's a soft upgrade, but or at least make the third turret 360. Maybe do that. Like, I don't know. You gotta obviously
I'll take it.
Geometry. Yeah.
Yeah, I would also take that. Definitely would help at least.
Yeah, Delny is just it's a lot better than the Khaba, which we'll get to the Khaba, but it's still it's holding. It's holding.
Khaba's been growing on me.
Same. I love Khaba. It's such a fun ship to play.
Everyone keeps on saying that, and I'm like, crap. I gotta get mine back up and running.
It's fun. Don't forget about Khaba. She loves you.
Okay. I guess I'll have to test her out sometime. I'll test her out. Okay, that's weird, but now Des Moines, and I have a very hot take on the Des Moines versus Tricked Des Moines now.
All right, what is Tricked Des Moines?
Tricked Des Moines is the legendary mod and a commander.
Which commander? Halsey?
Halsey and or Kincaid.
Okay, let's hear the hot take.
Regular Des Moines is better than Tricked.
So you without legendary mod?
Without
just as normal
legendary
commander?
mod versus with. Actually, no. There we go. Like that player. There we go.
I'll be honest with you. I've been running not even dispersion on mine. I've been running reload because I throw Halsey on there.
That loss of DPM from the leg mod, actually, because they fixed the range a little bit, it's almost worse to run the leg mod than it is to run that. Both Halsey is definitely, obviously, you run it. It's fun. It's so much damage. But you don't need the range anymore. So now that DPM decreases, it hurts you.
So, I mean, it's almost kind of funny because I also run my Des Moines. I still have the legendary mod, and I will keep it, but I don't run a legendary commander on it. It doesn't need it. So in that sense, I actually will agree that normal Des Moines might be better than Tricked out. Because it's consistent.
Doesn't need it.
No, it doesn't need it.
Halsey's great on like a lot of things.
Yeah. I mean, Halsey, Des Moines was my first placement for Halsey. He was there for 3 years, and yeah, it's fun.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, Tricked playable? Seems weird to me.
Of DPM.
I don't think it Tricked goes to playable.
What are you thinking?
I think they were like hand in hand.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think it's not going to be terrible if you run it, but you don't need it. Is what I'm getting at.
Okay.
True.
So then, if we just go off of legendary commander versus non-legendary commander,
but I also think it should be above Buffalo. But that's just me.
I mean, I agree with Pickby. I think any of the Des Moines should be a meta, but
really,
I see why. Yeah, I mean the range. I understand why the range is holding it back, and it's probably a harder ship to play for most players. But the amount of DPM and support you can provide for a team is just crazy. Survivability as well. I mean, talk about Salem.
Yeah, I was like,
you don't
we have
even
another
need
ship
heal.
in here that, in my opinion, goes right into meta, and it's better than both of these.
True. For me, it could stay there because Salem, yeah.
And we can adjust it. We can make it, we can adjust the overall. But yeah, no, I was shocked at the cruiser tier list when they were like, oh yeah, by the way, yeah, tricked like leg mod Des Moines, not the meta now anymore. You don't need to run it, and it hurts you. I'm like, shoot, I spent money on that.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. Why did I hear this?
Yep.
I didn't need to know.
Yeah, I don't. Let me be in the dark on this one. Druid.
Oh man, is there a category called annoying as fuck? Because that's what I think.
I think that would be niche.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a niche ship, honestly.
It's not terrible. It's just like I did all right in it when I tested it, but honestly, the thing is I haven't even picked it up again. Like even on the press account, there's not the time where I'm like, you know what? I need to play Druid.
That's exactly what I thought, bro. When am I gonna play this again? It's just AP over and over again. You sit still with a bow in. It's good, but it's boring.
I never had the urge to want to play it.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like playing Druid today. I would
put it in playable. I would just leave it there.
If anything, I go high playable. Like, it is still tanky as all get out. And as much as it is boring, it's still hard to kill. And you just sit there, bow in, and you just pew, 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 pew. And it does a lot. It's borderline competitive, but I'd agree with both of you. It's just boring. Like, it's...
I mean, I think I was fishing for niche, but let's meet in the middle.
No, I think
you want a competitive. I think the reason it's niche is the HE sucks. You're not an HE spammer. You can only sit bow in and hunt Smolensk and DDs. Like it's exceptionally good at that, and it's hard to deal with. But it's
and the fire chance sucks ass.
Yeah,
at 2%.
like 2%. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I'll go for niche. I'll agree with that one. I know in the DD one that was competitive, but I was just like in the overall tier 10 meta.
Yeah, not really. I mean, Red's gonna come after us now, but
100%.
it was bound to happen.
Yeah, like I get it. I get like what was it, like 1600 AP every 2 seconds or something like that, 1 point something seconds. It's got good DPM, but I'm never gonna play it. I don't give a crap.
Yeah. Can't turn my ship ever. I have to stay bowing all the time. Come on.
He has Bazan now. He doesn't care about anything else.
That is true.
You forgot about Druid.
What the hell's Druid?
Yeah, what's Druid?
Like some kind of a warlock from World of Warcraft.
No, from Baldur's Gate.
Eagle.
Oh,
Baldur's Gate.
Eagle.
Why are you guys like this?
We love you. It's
Rub it in somewhere, huh?
Yep, rub it in.
I think I'm jealous that you found a game that you're into. I think that's why.
Dude,
I want to have a game.
Oh, you joined
well, the thing is, I only play it for member streams. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I got bored of playing Blitz on member streams, and then I've been doing War Thunder, but like I suck at it, so it's frustrating.
I
was
get
like,
that.
you know what? I'll just play this.
Let's just chill.
Oh yeah, but we definitely should have another. We should get Bob on for our talking ships, and we could just talk about like what we're playing and how and why we're playing it and stuff like that. We should do that.
Yeah.
I would love to, because I think we're all playing different games.
Yeah, Metal Storm's been one that I've been playing a lot of. They just got to Hangar 20.
They fixed it. They fixed my issue.
How's the Sukhoi? How's the Sukhoi 57?
It's so I only have it at level 1, so I've only been able to test it against bots, but it's so similar to the Raptor. Like there's like
Shouldn't it be worse
difference.
though?
It should, like, hands down, Raptor's better than it.
Raptor's the best plane in existence.
But in terms of game for balance, I understand why they did it. It's more meta at like higher levels. The Su-57. So.
Got shot down. Hasn't even taken off the air. Bye bye. Anyways, okay, Eagle. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Now that we've gotten off from a tangent that we talked about here for a few minutes, I'm noting that down so we can edit that out and such. Eagle with the tactical torpedo bombers.
It's gonna be hard for us to put CVs and stuff. I haven't seen an Eagle ever since I play tested it.
Do we just want to create a CV category and then we rate it in that CV category?
Sure.
I think it's a niche CV. Or a CV category, yeah.
I think CVs need their own category.
Okay. Yep, we'll just do that. That way it's just perfect. Where's the other one? Nakimov.
Yeah, and then we rank them, for how good they are in the CV general comparison, right?
That works a lot better. Because like Eagle technically is competitive just because of how much it can do, but the Haku just does it better.
It's hard to, you got FDRs running around that just outclass it. So
I think we should move CV below needs fixing.
Yes, I was about to suggest that. Thank you.
There we go. They definitely need some fixing.
God, you guys are.
Should put parentheses. Wish it wasn't in the game.
Yeah, remove, please.
Dive bomber.
Just create a game called World of Carriers.
God.
Dive bombing extravaganza or something.
The PTSD from getting 7v7 carriers on a training room.
I don't know why you want to do that yourself.
No,
actually, it was quite fun because we did guns only for like the first 2 minutes.
Who launched the plane first?
Steve did. I'm just kidding. I don't remember who, but someone did, and all of a sudden they all went. It was just
like a bunch of gnats.
Yep. Elbing.
I'd say playable.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
I want Elbing to be better,
high
but
playable.
it's just
it's high playable.
Yeah,
I like it.
It's a cruiser killer.
And there's not many cruisers out.
No, I think high playable makes sense. It's a good ship, but it takes a long time for it to wind up right. You waiting for those torps, waiting for those good places to hit and stuff like that.
Well, the torps, I mostly use them for zoning torps, and then you're surprised whenever you hit something, and it's been 20 minutes. You're like, what the fuck?
Where did I send those?
Yeah.
Are they still in the water? What?
Are you a leg mod or non-leg mod user? Which one are you guys?
Oh, I forgot the new leg mod, what it does.
Let me pull it up.
It's
a reload thing, right?
Yeah, it decreases your range, but increases your reload.
Main battery reload, minus 15%.
That's fast.
Oh yeah.
It decreases the range by 10%. I've been running it. I think it's great.
I was about to say I've tried it, and I thought to myself, I need this on my Elbing. Yeah, that's what I remember.
For me, it's like 60-40. There's those 60 games where all of a sudden that DPM increase, it is super nice. And then there's a 40% of games where you're just like, if I just had a little bit longer range, I would have killed that goddamn Smolensk. You're like, just... You feel like you're kept back now. You're like, damn it. But, yeah.
I would say playable, though.
Yeah, I agree.
It's almost borderline niche, but like its guns are just so consistent at what it does.
If you're not firing at the DD.
Except if it's at range.
Yeah.
Then it's okay, but yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, just boom.
Okay.
Yep.
Has ruined the European server. It's unplayable. Nobody plays on EU anymore. Thank you, FDR.
FDR is...
It's such a sad state on the European server, bro. Nobody cares anymore. Thank you, Wargaming.
Oh, man. Yeah, FDR is so damn easy. I still remember, I think it was PB, you and I were playtesting around the same time with FDR, so we were like trying to make sure we didn't run into each other's games and like that, because I was actually playtesting the ship, because I was like, I gotta see how bullshit this thing is. And I was popping up 100,000 every game. I was like, this is... If I can do that... Dear God.
Yeah.
We're screwed. Yep. And luckily,
yeah, I'm not
cost an arm and a leg.
I'm not sad that I did some fear mongering when this thing came out, because it was the exact same reaction I had. Damn, dude, this is gonna ruin everything.
Oh yeah. No, I did that one. I did that the emergency announcement one meme for that one that was coming out. That was
yeah. PSA, public service announcement. Everybody's gonna suffer now.
Oh yeah. Get ready for pain. Okay, now let's talk about another meta ship.
Meta.
Gdansk.
Yeah.
I'm putting that right
Definitely
up there with
meta.
Yep. This thing is
I think
phenomenal.
It was Alistair who said it. It was a better Smolensk, and I had to think about it for a little time. But I was like, yeah, it actually is. It's got torps, radar, more smoke. I guess maybe it's the same amount of smoke, right? But god damn, it's good.
Yeah.
A little bit too easy, maybe.
A little bit too easy, yeah.
But the dot damage you can do with the thing is insane.
Yeah. You know, I disagree with that. Armor. I disagree with that. Bob was with me when I got my first over 6 fire game in that.
Yeah, right. You've been so unlucky. Meanwhile, everybody gets 15 fires per game.
Yeah.
I get nothing, and I have HE plus on it, and I'm like, come on, why this?
I guess if you got bad RNG one day, Gdansk is not the best ship to play.
I still get 80k in it. Like, I'm still doing big calibers, easy mode, but it's just not getting those fires. Talking about different.
If you don't have Smolensk and you don't want to spend money on Smolensk, just get Gdansk.
Yep, spend the money, skip Lambros.
Yeah, skip that thing. God.
Which one's that one?
The tier
the 9.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yep. I have people saying it's good, and I'm just like, I guess I'm in the wrong then, because I can't figure that shit out.
I've heard from people it's just unique. You have to really, like, it's a mother's love. You gotta really want to make it work, but it's not fun. Like, they're making it work. They're not saying it's good. It's their... Yeah.
Well, I mean,
play Udo,
if I'm the mom, then if I'm the mom, then in my case, I sold my kid after I got a tier 10. So, like, I'm sorry, mother's love was there, but as soon as I had enough free XP, I was gone.
Straight to the dumpster.
Yeah, I went down, bought some milk.
I'm back. I'm gonna go get some cigarettes and milk.
I need some Marlboro Red, son. Fucking Lambros got thrown his man. Greek ship, F's in the chat.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, gearing.
Yeah.
I think it's just all right. It's not the best, not the worst. It's just solid.
I really like gearing for that same
low
reason.
mid competitive. Like it works. Yeah. It's nothing wrong with it. Yeah.
It's a great ship. I was surprised because I thought it was going to be boring and like bland, but it's surprisingly fun to play.
Yeah, no, gearing. I still think gearing's the best DD line to go down for your first time. It does everything that you need to learn. Does it well. It doesn't specialize you, but you get the idea of how to play, DDs in this game. So,
jack of all trades,
but not quite a master of none, because we do have a master of none situation. We'll get to that one. We will. Which actually, wait, why is that not in here? Did I forget to get? Oh no, it's in there. It's out of order, right? No. No, it's not. Never mind.
There she is.
Never mind. I always hate whenever I forget to put the G in front of Kurfurst. I type it out and then I look at it in the stream and I'm like, that's not in order. Oh wait, no, it is in order. It is. Yeah. I'm just punking myself. Gibraltar.
I love the Jibby.
It's such a good ship and easy to play. 4 smokes? Like, come on. That's too much.
AP only. And its secondaries are worse than Marseille.
It's definitely not a meta ship, but I don't think it deserves to get niche.
Okay. Yeah, no. If anything, high playable, borderline competitive, because I think it's wonderful.
I think those 4 smokes, even though it's pretty easy to hit at Gibraltar, like that massive forehead of a bridge.
Yeah.
But it's still 4 smokes in a map like Encounter. That means you got like 25 seconds where you're not going to be shot at by everybody, which I think it makes it really easy to play and therefore also good.
I don't have to fight for this to be unplayable this time. I love that. I had to really fight for it in the cruiser one. But yeah, no, I think Gibraltar's just playable in the tier 10 meta overall. I think it's definitely not good in a high DD game. It sucks. But you put BD on it because you can, and now all of a sudden your smokes last even longer. And I've also hidden battleships in with me. Like I'll just sit back with the battleships, snipe with them because it doesn't have the best range, but it works. It's workable and such. But you can hide a GK in you with you. Yeah. They'll they might still hit you, but it's still like you can make it a little bit harder. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a decent cruiser.
Oh yeah. Now we get to talk about a glow up.
Oh yeah, my favorite glow up. One of the best glow ups in Blitz history, man. Goliath.
Oh yeah. Goliath. It was in need fixing last year. Where do you guys want to put it now?
Normal Goliath?
Yeah, normal Goliath.
Playable. Low competitive, high playable, something like that. Because Tricked is there, I see. So
yeah.
I wouldn't. Elbing, it's fine. Something like that.
I wouldn't put it in front of Gibraltar.
She actually would. This thing, it's tanky now. It's a now you got the fire chance. Now you actually can cause some fires, along with using a lot of people sleep once again on British AP. That AP from Goliath can 2-shot DDs at tier 10. That is doing some chunky damage. And if you haven't tried a Pig Bay, you definitely should. Because
another thing people forget about Goliath, its AA is actually surprisingly good with that DFA too. Like if any CV wants to focus Goliath, they will lose a lot of planes, and with the healing that it got now, it's super survivable. Plus the 2 smokes you get are super nice. So I agree with Sly. I think it's higher than Gibraltar.
What do you think of BB? Do you agree? Disagree? Don't care.
I mean, I'm outnumbered. I'd prefer playing the Gibraltar over the Goliath still to this day.
I could see that. I can get that, but fair. Yeah, no, Goliath is definitely a good glow up though. Definitely good. Tricked.
Competitive.
Jellicoe. Yeah, this is definitely going like nice. Yeah, about like right there. About that. Mid competitive.
It's such a good cruiser once you get Jellicoe on. It's unfair sometimes.
In front of Des Moines?
Oh yeah, that might be an issue, yeah. I think I'll have to agree there. Definitely not better than Des Moines.
I think it's just because it's so dang tanky. You got the ability to kite and just light people up. And then that AP once again. Especially with Jellicoe, you're deleting DDs almost as fast as a Des Moines. And you've got smoke. And you've got the ability to start better fires at I think, almost better range.
I mean, I won't fight the Goliath being higher. But I could see your point, Pig Bay.
Trying to look at the ranges real quick. Sorry.
It's probably a good idea to get the facts.
11.72 on what's it called? Des Moines. Slightly more, about like a kilometer more range.
That's a lot.
I think playing Goliath is a very comfortable ship. Like you feel very safe whereas Des Moines is a lot more action-packed, and I think it's harder to play Des Moines than it is to play Goliath. You could just swap in HE and just spam if you want, but you do have the option to go for the AP route as well.
Angelico just makes that sucker tanky as all get out because you get those heals back.
Yep.
You're printing an entire ship. I don't like. There's a better Des Moines class that I will agree that beats out Tricked Goliath. I will be agreeing with you on that one, but the current Des Moines I don't think holds up to a Tricked Goliath. I was expecting a response, but yeah, I know, right? Silence.
I'm outnumbered. There's nothing I can say.
It's like whatever. I can't.
I didn't know if you'd be able to swipe.
I got nothing else.
Okay. Gouden Leeuw. I'm just gonna go like right there. Like regular.
No.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Is it just because of the DD thing?
I think
the
the guns
secondaries?
are actually inconsistent. The guns are fairly inconsistent, and only having 2 of those airstrikes really limit it. It really should have either secondaries or torpedoes on it or something. It needs it to really defend itself against DDs or even have decent guns overall at tier 10. There are better guns at longer range than Gouden Leeuw.
It needs something to deal with DDs, I agree, but I don't think the guns are as bad as one would think. You're right, they are kind of inconsistent. But I feel like the guns are certainly hard hitting sometimes. I guess you're right. Needs fixing. What about Tricked then? I know we kind of glanced over the normal one, but that will go into niche.
It's going high niche. It is. You're going to have.
That makes sense.
In NA, I would say that it's very much more in that niche section because of the high DD games. But in EU, when you get in those battleship games, there's a bunch of GKs, a bunch of Columbos, stuff like that. You're dumping 40, 50,000 damage when you drop all 3 airstrikes on something, and it is hilarious to watch.
Yeah.
I definitely think the EU meta, niche or Tricked Gouden is definitely playable, but if we take into account the whole game, for sure, needs fixing.
Going back to the last one, I would actually put it above Castilla. And the reason for that is, yes, it doesn't have like a radar or anything like that, but you can use those airstrikes to spot DDs too. So if you're playing with a team that can kill the DD, it works out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you suffer from losing out on 1 airstrike. That's a big risk. But if it pays off. But it's got those secondaries on the side. Like, why aren't cruiser secondaries more?
I think there's a case for a lot of cruisers in this game could get just some manual secondaries. Like it would be nice.
Yeah.
Because
or an auto secondary rework and then get them activated.
That'd be nice.
Something.
Oh, good old heavy cruisers and blitz, man.
Yeah, they never want to fix them, do they?
No, let's just leave them to die.
There's only one that I really love playing.
San Martin.
For heavy cruisers?
That's more of a light cruiser, right?
Yeah, I was like, that's more.
We'll get to it.
Yeah,
we'll get to it. All right.
Kurfurst. Remember, we do have a space Kurfurst as well.
This is just normal, basic Kurfurst.
Yep, dispersion build Kurfurst.
I would say
I'm leaving this to you. You guys know this shit more than I do because I don't.
I actually just go high playable.
So
it's tanky. It does well in sniping, but I really wouldn't put it into competitive due to A, the DD meta, and B, the CV meta. These things are very easy to hit with CVs. They don't have the AA to hold up, but they are just tanky, and their guns, the 457, since they've gotten upgraded, I think a lot of people sleep on how fun these things are when you have APCS. They slap.
I would say that the biggest surprise every time I play my GK is how hard those guns hit, and every time you hit something, it's a full pen. So that's why I would put it in competitive, just because of the fact that, yes, it suffers under FDRs, and in the DD meta on NA, it's probably horrendous to play. But when you get that encounter game where you can just sit back, it's one of the best snipers. Might not be the most precise, but when it hits, it's a truck.
I feel like we should kind of just omit the FDR comment, because every ship suffers under FDR, to be honest.
That's true. I got blapped by an FDR in a San Martin on stream last time. That was really not fun.
No.
Yeah, everybody's going to suffer to that
Yeah,
the
true.
fucking our overlord.
Big brother always watching. Fun police.
Yeah, the fun police are here. They have ruined your day. I don't know. We'll let PB decide. What are you thinking? Low, competitive or playable?
See, that's the thing. You're asking me. I don't play it. I don't play it.
Well, who's more like who do you agree with more?
That's the best way of going about it.
Yeah, and don't worry, I won't hate you if you disagree with me, Pigby. I know you're my gaming husband, but I'm still.
Me neither. I don't care about battleships that
I'm
much.
kidding.
I'm looking at what we have in each category right now. I'd say playable, to be honest.
Once it goes back to a more of a BB meta on NA, I think that actually will go right into competitive because it does snipe really well. As you were saying, it dumpsters some damage out of ball pens.
But on EU, it's definitely competitive in my opinion.
Oh,
so high playable.
Like
high playable.
High playable. Okay.
Yeah, I would actually put it over Goliath, yes, because just the tankiness alone is a factor.
It's a tip of the spear. You can snipe for the first little bit, and if you maintain your health, midway push through a game, you're gonna win the game for your team. Space GK.
Niche.
Top of niche.
I play my GK like that. I played completely like that, full space, Franz von Hipper, whole 9 yards. It's fun, but it's really hard to get those pushes going. You're better off sniping.
But 3 space GKs just look awesome when they do a massive push and the enemy team doesn't have enough torpedoes to stop you.
And then you put Hellmarsh on, it's just
I'd say niche as well. I'd agree.
Yeah, niche.
That's super fun. I'd highly suggest it if you can get actually though that bundle was actually really nice a while back where they were giving the Republic space camo and the space GK camo. I was like, that's a great phenomenal bundle for the price. So
that's a great deal.
I almost bought it, but then I remembered that I have the Richelieu and I don't need another camo for it. Okay, let's talk about the Master of None situation of tier 10 DDs.
Well, I guess it doesn't need fixing, but it kind of needs fixing.
I think it's... I think playable, honestly.
Okay.
It's
if you
very
want to be fair about it.
If you can compare it to a gearing. Honestly, I kind of like playing it more than gearing.
The guns are much better.
Yeah, you have flatter arcs, so it's easier to hit. They freaking hit hard. I think they hit a little harder than gearing. If I'm not mistaken. You know what?
Soviet shells, they are really nice.
Yeah, they do.
The guns are just way better. The torps are honestly comparable, and then even the leg mods, they're almost the same.
If you want to be fair, playable. Because it's not a bad ship. It doesn't need fixing. It just needs like something to distinguish itself from being the Soviet gearing. That it's not bad at anything, but it's not excelling at something specifically. I think that's what it desperately needs. Because I have Grozovoi, I don't have gearing. I mean, I've always seen what, for example, Red says is just irrelevant DD because it just feels like it, but it's not bad at all. It's just lacking behind.
I'll pull it out of needs fixing just because of the needs fixing in tier 10 meta overall. I still feel like Grozovoi is usable, but it's more just why. Like
exactly.
I've tried the leg mod on it. Even on my main account, I have the special red C camo and let that on it. It can do decent games, but it's just I think was it Red put it well is why did Lucian get the torpedo reload one when easily Grozovoi should have gotten it?
It's a premium. But yeah, it's true.
Yeah, gotta sell those premiums, man. You gotta make that money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Grozovoi. I'll agree with the guns. Guns are better. Guns are better.
I think a lot of Grozovoi fans just like they got their redemption today. It's been in the bottom of a lot of tier lists, and now it made it to mid. Okay, not bad.
Honestly, and now that I'm looking at it, I'd probably bump down gearing because they're almost the same ship.
No, gearing's got smoke. Is it smoke 2? I believe it is, and gearing has way better torps. Way better torps. It's not so big of a spread. And usable HE. I'd say.
I'm gonna have to go with Pigby here as somebody who plays Grozovoi quite a bit. and have played Gearing. I think Grozovoi should be bottom playable. Gearing should be high playable.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
But Gearing ain't that special compared to Grozovoi.
So it actually does more damage, more HE damage than Gearing. I'm like looking at both of these right now. It does more damage and it has a better fire chance. The main thing is the reload I'm looking at. It has like almost a second longer reload.
On torps or main guns?
Main guns. I'm talking main guns right now.
Yeah, the torps on the Grozovoi are zoning torps. They're basically Delny and Grozovoi have the exact same torpedoes. Delny's got way better like overall guns and everything. Putting them right next to each other, I don't like them like that. But we'll add some more in there, so we'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay, Grozovoi gets redeemed a little bit from this. All right.
I think it's misunderstood.
Yeah, I think you're right. I agree.
I still think
misunderstood.
Grozovoi just needs a mobility buff, though. It has cruiser mobility. For a DD, it's incredibly slow.
Kind of sluggish.
Yeah. Haku.
Between Haku and Eagle.
Yeah,
I agree. It's a good ship.
It's a skill cannon too. It's if you're really good at it. Haku's the free FDR. You're not the alpha strike. You're just consistently taking 20k off somebody.
Yeah,
20-30k.
It's scary to face a good Haku player. Oh boy, because you can't hate on him because he's practiced.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, especially when you're like streaming and you get nuked out of for the first 2 minutes. You're just like, I hate this, but I respect it, but I hate it.
Yeah, you can't be too mad because it's like it actually takes a big amount of skill to do that.
Holland.
Oh, I love Holland.
We do have a tricked one with Swirsky, but now I kind of wonder if we even need that. Because you're probably going to run in Swirsky and Gdansk.
Right. I don't think I would say Tricked Holland was good before, but since everybody put Swirsky on Gdansk now, it's... Holland, I think, is a good DD, but not for, It's good for farming damage, but it's way better. I mean, most of my Holland games, I get very low damage, very, very high impact. 300 team score, tons of caps, AA, spotting. It's a team DD, but it's not gonna, exactly. I think playable because it's solid, but it's not gonna turn any hits, and you're gonna eat full pens constantly from everything. It just it gets mega penned, and that's the biggest downside, I think.
Yeah, and you're
I'd say playable as well.
Yeah, I'd agree with playable with the regular version of it. I
think both are, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree, actually.
I disagree with that because of the amount of radar you get, and like that, and especially with the skill that you get with Swirsky. I still think that Tricked Holland is competitive, especially in a team. If you can work that in with another cruiser main or even a Columbo, you're going to be able to shut down DDs early.
Now, is the Tricked version also including the legendary mod as well?
I forget what the legendary mod even does.
It's a movement one. No, it's a concealment one. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it adds more concealment. But I thought that
max traverse speed increases by 8%. Traverse acceleration increased by 8%, and then surface detection is decreased by 2%. But it's in the middle slot, so you can double up on concealment.
It's a really good legendary mod.
Low competitive.
Yeah,
definitely.
I forgot about the legendary mod. It definitely is competitive with that mod in.
It's not worth the $16. I will say that. Like, it's not.
It's free XP.
Yeah, exactly. Free XP, that thing. It's not worth the $16. No.
Yeah, but at the same time, low competitive.
So it brings the concealment down to 5.44 kilometers, and then when you're in game, it's a little less because of 3% from refined coal.
That's getting really true. You can stealth up after launching torpedoes, causing some fires, waiting for cooldowns to come back. You just kind of go heal up because you have 4 heals.
And it has good AA.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's got an extra heal.
So do you guys agree with low competitive?
Yeah.
For Tricked, I would say yeah. I changed my... I looked at the numbers, and I'm like, yeah, actually...
I know when I play Holland, it's a good ship, yeah. Good concealment... Could test any cap. It's fun.
Oh yeah. Harugumo.
Needs
fixing. You got Tricked.
Yeah, I would say needs
What-
fixing for the base
What
one.
does it need fixing?
What are you talking
Uh,
about?
Honestly, I wish, because it's not that maneuverable. I wish the AA was better. It was made as an AADD, and it has these dual purpose guns, but the AA is kind of lacking, and it really suffers, especially in the carrier game, when you're getting nuked because you can't even maneuver out of the way.
I thought we talked that we weren't going to bring up the cruiser meta too much
said-
because a lot of other ships deal with that too.
No, you're talking about. We talked about FDR specifically.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking any freaking carrier at this point.
I'll say back in the day, the AA thing. I mean, yeah, okay. Speaking of what's the reason we got Harugumo dual purpose guns? It's an AA barge. It doesn't act like that in game, but after the buff where they gave it defensive fire again, it can shoot down 1 or 2 planes. It's not gonna save it, but it's definitely better than before. I think the maneuverability thing though, like that's the balancing factor of this ship. If it could turn a little bit better, I think it would be disgusting to have sitting on a flank.
Yeah. I still think because of how many smokes it has, how much the torpedoes it has, everything like that, it can bully other DDs. It does actually have pretty decent DPM. Like that. As long as you're not dealing with like a Gdansk spotting you or anything like that. Yeah.
I don't think Harugumo goes into playable though, just because of how hard it is to play. Also, you need to be somewhat knowledgeable about the game, and you need to look at the map. Okay, when is the CV coming over here with torp bombers? Is there a radar cruiser close to me? Stuff like that. Where I think it's more of a niche ship. I mean, the smoke up, spam HE.
Like right there.
Yeah, I think that's a fair placement.
Would you agree with that?
Because we have tricked Harugumo.
Yeah, we do. PV.
Sorry,
You were
I'm
holding
pulling
on
up the legendary mod.
Oh no, the legendary mod's not
yeah.
use it. Legendary mod's not worth it. No, this is all just Makawa. This is Night Raid. That's all tricked Harugumo, but tricked.
Competitive.
Like mid
Or
competitive.
smokes. Yeah, lower mid or something. But this thing's it becomes another monster when you get that extra smoke. It's just as soon as you see somebody, you could smoke up in the beginning of the game, and still have enough to last you all 7 minutes.
And plus, you can use your first round of torps as just pure zoning. Set them out with a torpedo reload booster, like that. Just send them out. You guys then use your guns, wait for the torpedo reload booster to come back, and then all of a sudden you can dumpster a battleship that's pushing. It's got everything.
And you're also better at flanking or getting into cheeky positions because you got an extra speed boost.
Yep. PV, you're really
What do you
solid
think,
on this
Pigme?
one. Yeah.
I don't feel like it's better than Holland in its own little tier there.
Okay. So you want
Yeah, that's
more
fair.
low.
That's fair.
Okay.
I think that's a fair argument because Harugumo cannot contribute to the team like compared to Holland.
Mm-hmm.
All
You're
it
just
can
there
do-
for DPM.
yeah.
Very selfish destroyer.
Oh yeah. I can agree with that. All right. Hayate. What the black shimmer wanted to be.
Yeah, that's what I feel like Hayate is.
It wants it, but like
But
I
it's
still
not a bad
enjoy
ship.
it.
It's
No,
it's not bad, especially with what's it called? Is it Makawa?
Makawa.
Yeah, it's Makawa again. Yeah.
I'll agree with playable. It's not
Yeah,
bad
same.
though. I do enjoy it, but I haven't brought it out in a long time.
Well,
'Cause we
I agree.
have Black
Playable
Shimmer.
is-
I'm like I got my battle hunters done on Bob's stream. It was kind of hilarious. I did end up dying, but I did 100,000 damage, so I was like, yes, I got done. Doesn't matter.
Boom, boom.
Yep. Yeah, Hayate's its guns just don't have the punch that the Shimakaze you have. Like it's a weird combo. No, it is oddly
It's a perfect hybrid between Shima and Haru, but it's just not what anybody wants. I think.
Mhm.
You know, that combination is not needed.
Henri the Fourth.
Ooh. I'm gonna
love
say
this
competitive.
I love this boat.
Yeah, me too. Is this the boat you were waiting for?
Yes.
I mean, I'm willing to say meta, but that's only if you're good at the game. Like, it's hard to play Henry. and win every game. It's a big ship. You take punishment, but you can deal some as well.
Now, what are your thoughts on the legendary mod though with it?
Oh, I love the legendary mod. I go full lighthouse build.
Oh yeah.
You gotta go lighthouse build.
I had someone tell me that it wasn't a full lighthouse build because I still went concealment, and I'm like, you're still losing 2% to your. It's still like.
Whatever.
You know? Just go speed at that point. Like just put the speed mod on for the hilariousness of it.
Full speed mod. That's what I go. I mean, I love Henry, and I think when you see a Smolensk full broadside, you have the power to shut that down completely, and that, in my eyes, makes it a meta cruiser. Any other cruiser you can shut down very quickly if you have your rapid reload.
But even shooting at the battleships, you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like Castilla does, where you're like getting these pens. That doesn't really happen on Henry. You're hitting them, like, you know,
Definitely.
and they feel it.
People also forget about HE.
Yeah, the HE is actually useful.
Yeah, with the reload too. But for me, this, and I think Gibraltar's the only ships with 234s that I actually like.
Isn't it 240s?
Henry is 40s,
Henry
yeah.
has 240s.
Henry is 240s.
But yes, I see what you're saying.
Okay.
Like that range
like
of
caliber.
Yeah.
Caliber, yep. Oh yeah. No, Henri, both builds are viable though. Both builds, I would argue, are meta. You can run Lighthouse or you can run. I'll run Concealment because I like to kind of be able to just kind of go around an island and go, hi. Just shock the little crap out of somebody. That's the best part. But I know you guys are running Lighthouse and I've played that. It is just fun. Like, what's not to love about it? So, yeah. Henri is meta. Last year we ranked it way too low. We don't talk about those.
I love that boat.
Yeah,
I think you ranked it lowest because it's so easy to get punished in it, right? Which is a fair assessment because I have many games where I've just thought, okay, I'm gonna open up now, go unconcealed, boom, die to Vermont Salvo or something like that.
Yeah, that's one thing actually I've kind of noticed over the tier makers that I've been doing this year. I think that we're all taking kind of that, it's easy to shut down, but the damage output that this thing can do, like we're removing the really bad players out of the equation, and we're going, okay, what about the player who sits on this and plays it for 10 games and learns the ins and outs and kind of grows as they're playing games into it and really doing this? So I feel like we're doing a lot better accuracy of tier maker this year than we were in the previous years, where we were kind of going, man, but if you're a crap player, not going to do well.
I mean, you can say that about any ship.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, you could be a crap player in FDR, but yeah, I hope you aren't.
I've seen them. I've seen them.
I hope you are, but you're on the enemy team.
Yeah, if you're on the enemy, please. But if you're on my team, please use that power.
Hindenburg, regular one, not tricked.
I think playable if tricked is competitive in my eyes. Like, I saw that instantly. Hindenburg, playable, tricked, competitive.
Now where do you put
I'd
it?
agree with that.
I say actually under Goliath is a fair placement, because where Goliath is stronger, AA and survivability. That's the only departments I think Hindenburg suffers big time in.
Yeah, Hindy's suffering a little bit from age. It needs that range from the tricked style of it. It needs the AP pen increase. It's very easy to punish. But at the same time, it's still 9-10 kilometers. You're still dunking on DDs.
Oh, yeah.
Much better than Venezia. But we'll get to Venezia.
Rest in peace.
Yep, tricked Hindenburg.
Everybody's hating on Venezia like that? What?
Yeah, hating on it
It's
hard.
getting some hate.
It needs some tricked.
Definitely under Des Moines. If you ask me.
Interesting. It's got a good range though, and it can do a lot.
Maybe in between the two.
Yeah, 14 kilometers. That's nothing.
True.
Well, that's with the. I thought with the leg mod was almost 50, or no, it's like 14.8 or something like that. It's pretty high up there. It's borderline Russian.
Yeah, I have the leg mod on mine.
Oh,
it's,
you do?
14.03.
Oh, wow, okay.
That's good.
Yeah, I was like, it's super solid, but it still can get dunked on just because it's got just enough armor problem. But at the same time, it can happen. But the guns are. I need to learn how to do Hindi. I hate it. I personally wish both of them were in niche or in needs fixing. But that's just me.
It can be, if you haven't played Hindenburg in a while, it's gonna. I also suck with it. It was my first tier 10 played it a lot, but if I don't play it for months, it's a different story.
Incomparable.
Meta.
It is indeed incomparable.
One of my faves.
Yeah, it's so fun to play. God damn, those 20k salvos, just 2 citadels. It's insane.
I like the ability to just kind of like surprise something, being like, yes, I have lower concealment than you.
Yeah,
It's
all the
disgusting.
cruisers.
Yeah. Jinan has worse concealment than Incomparable that's built for concealment. It's scary.
Yeah, Incomparable is just, especially when you get the pirate camo or the best camo, or the pirate camo, and the other one are the better camos, or not the white and yellow one, I think it is. So, yeah.
And Tovi as well. Whew.
Tovi makes us think, it's...
Oh, yeah.
I have Tovi on my Incomparable, Vanguard, Conqueror, and Black Monarch Commander. That's the one that I move around in.
What about St. Vincent?
St. Vincent, I have Nelson.
Wait, what? That's where you put... Okay, interesting.
Yep, Nelson on
hear
St.
about that
Vincent.
when St. Vincent comes up. I need to hear about that.
Oh, it's so good. But let's talk about Ginan. I'm going to let you two take this.
I think it's a meta ship still. I just think you see a lot of players play Jinan, and they, just like Shimakaze, they play it because, I can stay stealth and launch torps, but they forget they have guns. If you can use the guns, along with the torpedoes, this thing has the most insane DPM. And I actually think the nerf was fair. We can talk about Incomp having better concealment if built for it. That's weird. I agree. But it's such an easy ship to get 150k, and you just launch a couple torpedoes. That's it.
I would put it in competitive. I think it's just a little too squishy. It's definitely better in Black Zao.
It's top of competitive, in my opinion. Its guns don't hold up against most gunboat DDs. Most gunboat DDs can beat the Jinan out. And then on top of it, Jinan doesn't have regular torpedoes, so it's going to have deep water. So if you have a high DD game, like in NA, this is, once again, this would be perfect for Bob. You kind of bring it up, is that in NA, Jinan is definitely having a hard time with the DDs, especially with how good Bazan, Gdansk, Regolo, they will definitely hurt this thing and such. And once again, as you were saying, BB, they get hunted down so easily. And it was the worst nerf. Well, it was the second worst nerf because Harbin got nerfed a little bit harder than Jinan. So,
I think you're forgetting the troll armor of Jinan. Like, this thing has certified troll armor. You can hit... I've hit a Jinan full broadside stationary with 12 Vermont shells and gotten all half-pins in the middle of the ship. There is something about Jinan's troll armor is just... It's survivable. But yeah, I can see your point, because on EU, it's definitely S tier. But I've also played it on NA, not a very good ship. So I think competitive is a fair placement.
Yeah. I think Sejong's better than, but that's my hot take. That tier for tier, Sejong's better.
Oh, okay. I was trying to say, okay, tier for tier, fair enough.
Tier for tier, yeah, okay. Tier for tier. Sejong didn't get nerfed as hard as Jinan did.
No, true.
So, but yeah, PB, I think you're right. It's high competitive right now. I think once Battleship meta comes back in, it's going to come right up just like EU, just right into top meta. Or,
obviously.
Yeah. Because just
Battleship meta, then monster ship.
Oh, yeah. Like a 3DD limit, or hey, a bunch of buffs that Soulfire and I talked about with the battleships. Jinan comes right back up into S. Like, it's just there's so many better gunboats right now. Which, speaking of a gunboat,
S tier.
What's the difference between the two?
The leg mod.
Oh yeah, trick
leg mod.
Yeah.
Okay, normal Khaba.
Needs fixing. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
But trick Khaba, definitely
that's the toughie. Really niche.
I mean, if you're focusing totally on the guns with the legendary mod, it's a
that's
great.
All you should be doing.
I know, but when I see the legendary mod, I see a challenge, and it becomes a niche thing for me to torpedo somebody with Khaba. Playable though. I mean, you're saying put it higher.
Yeah, I would say playable.
Honestly,
I would say above Grozovoi.
Oh yeah.
Like Jeff there.
If you meet a Khaba as a DD, you're done.
It does actually.
He's gonna destroy you.
It's not bad. It's a little bit thick. It's a little bit of a thick boy.
It's very bad at stopping as well.
The DPN those guns can put out, it's a great little DD hunter.
Yeah. If Regolo wasn't in the game, this would be my go-to DD hunter.
Interesting. Yeah, I'd agree. Regolo's, but that's short range versus this long range, so you're able to do it. And the guns are like they're still like Delny. They've got good velocity, so they hold up. But
for any
Khaba
player,
you guys are making me want to pimp it out and do everything like that.
I was just gonna say this to anybody who has Khaba out here, right? Try playing it, and you see a Smolensk. Please shoot AP at him. Even though he smokes up, you will. I've won so many fights against Smolensk and Khaba. You know, smoke up both of you. He sticks with the HE. He's not gonna win. If you got that rapid reload going, you can get easy citadels. It's a fun little gunboat, especially against light cruisers.
Okay.
All right. So looking at the numbers,
like PB's looking at something.
Yeah. So I'm looking. Khaba's reload's 5 seconds, where Delny's is 4.3. Khaba's range is a little bit better, but the thing with it is you get a whole 2 guns more. So I'd have to calculate DPM, but just looking at that, I think Khaba has a better DPM for guns than Delny.
And I think it does, but the Delny has those zoning torpedoes, which you can make up that DPM pretty well. And I also believe that Delny's way faster, because I run speed mod on Delny. I know a lot of people might be going like, oh my god, run concealment. No, that thing allows you to just dart back and forth in a game, and you can go from one flank, you can kite away from a flank. It lets you do a lot with it. I borderline also want to go with rudder instead of acceleration, because I'm just constantly going like 100% speed. I don't really need acceleration on it.
Yeah, with Khaba?
With Delny.
Oh, it goes like about a knot faster. Delny.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say Delny should be above Khaba, just because Delny is much easier to play. You don't have to do, mind gymnastics when you're playing Delny. You have to do that with Khaba.
And you have
at least
to pay
what
for a leg mod. And you have to pay for a leg mod.
You gotta anticipate. Okay, I need to stop here because torpedoes are coming. You gotta really anticipate that, and turns as well. I feel like it's more brain power to play Khaba than Delny.
Wow. And also, you're so far away with Khaba. Like, Khaba and Delny are both long range. You don't want to be within, like, 7-8 kilometer range of any DDs. You're really sick and far back.
Except if you want to go for the torps with the legendary mod, then you gotta be real close.
Yeah.
That's when you put people down.
Yeah, that's how you demoralize somebody.
It's the end of the game kind of strategy. Most of the time, you're about the torps.
We should do a triple
in the
Khaba. We should do a triple
Khaba
and make it just completely just torp somebody at the end of the game. Just be like, we're just gonna humiliate you.
Triple Khaba torps only.
Oh yeah.
Now let's talk sharks.
Oh god.
Yeah, bunch of sharks.
Oh, now to a really good DD. Colbert.
I love Colbert.
Yeah, I agree.
I think I have to say it goes right in the meta.
It's such a good DD.
It is. I personally run the leg mod. A lot of people don't.
Same here.
But the way I see it is, I don't stop. I just turn. I don't even run. What's it called? Surface detect. Double.
Just go full speed.
No, not even full speed. I do the turning.
Oh, rudder. Okay.
Ooh.
So you're basically buffing the rudder twice.
Yeah.
That actually helps because, like, if you just hold the rudder down left or right for 1 second at 60 knots, you're gonna be far away already. Like, it's hard to hit it.
Yep.
Damn. Yeah, different zip codes. But I agree, definitely a meta ship. Through and through.
I love that thing.
This entire tier maker is making me need to spend like 20 million just to fix up all of my equipment.
Oh wait, so what do you run for slot 1 then?
Reload, I think, for me.
Bob, what do you run?
I think I'm actually running traverse speed. Main battery traverse. Because it's so dreadfully slow.
Yeah. Well, and
if I remember, I run that and legendary mod, and then I have concealment, but I'm considering trying rudder now.
Yeah, so I run traverse just because of how much I'm turning all the time. Because again, I don't stop. I just hit the W key and then A and W or A and D after that.
Rush speed, do not stop.
Oh man.
Ooh, here's an interesting one. Kremlin. I'm curious what you guys think about Kremlin, because I fucking love Kremlin.
Do you, dude? Me too.
I love Kremlin.
Okay.
This thing in Ohio are just absolutely amazing battleships through and through. They can tank, they can snipe, they have AA, they're menacing.
It's a lot more accurate than I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a tank. Absolutely, the guns do amazing damage.
What commander do you run? Do you have Kuznetsov on it? Because that's where it goes crazy.
Let me see.
Because -5% shell damage. I mean, that no matter what ship you're on, of course you're gonna have more time. But on a Kremlin, that just stretches out your play time so much more.
I'm running Makarov.
Yeah, same here. I run Makarov on it.
That's also good pick.
Mm-hmm.
But you're putting it almost unplayable.
The regular one though, regular. Like
there's a trick.
There is a trick. Yep.
Okay.
There's
playable. Fair enough.
Yeah, Kremlin, its bow is just so freaking easy to just nuke on. You say it's a tank. I don't really feel like it's that good of a tank.
I feel like it's a tank.
I feel like it's as good of a tank as a Montana is. Like, if you know where to hit it, it's gonna get down really quickly. And I know it's like the general idea, but at the same time, it's like Kremlin. It's really easy to hit that bow. It's slow. It's sluggish. And with that, but it is fun. Like, I just hate that the grind really sucks. Soyuz really sucks.
Oh my god! Don't even talk about the grind. It's gonna go straight to needs fixing if it's about the grind here, because that's probably the ship grind that killed me the most. Oh my god, Sovietsky Soyuz, never going back.
But
I mean, that was really the only one though, if you think about it, because like Ismail, I fucking love.
Oh yeah.
And then Sinop is great. Vladdy's great.
I think I must have been bad with Vladdy because everybody tells me it's great, but everything before tier 8 is just seal clubbing territory.
Like, Vladdy, it's just because of the Atlantico meta. It's just like you have such a huge like swath of really good premiums that the Vladdy just suffers under it a lot. So that's why I'd say that Vladdy's just I
love the Vladdy. I think it. All right, well, let's continue on because we're freaking talking about tier 8s.
Yeah, no, right. Tricked version. So it seems like we run Makarov, which I got this from Part and like that, and this thing, like now it hits like a GK with all 9 guns.
Oh yeah.
I need to try Makarov.
Yeah, it is
nuts. Not only that, you get the what's it called? The horizontal protection expert plus on it as well.
Oh yeah.
And then you get generalist, and then buff the precise aim.
Mm-hmm.
Are we really putting Kremlin in playable even tricked? I think it's a competitive ship.
I think it helps, but unfortunately, like the Legmon is really where. Like, do you run Legmon, PB?
No.
I don't either.
Yes, because I do.
You do? Okay, because I choose not to deal with cruisers just full penning me. Because that's the difference.
I run the leg mod there.
So you guys are thinking low competitive?
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's high. I don't think it's high competitive. It's not that good. It's fun.
Low competitive. But like you said GK was, where you talked about this. If you could, contain your HP for the end game, you can make this massive push. I feel like Kremlin, you just do that almost every game because you just you keep your HP. And when you push with this thing, you're going to get whittled down at some point. People are going to farm your bow. But it's just way easier to get to that point with Kremlin. And I think that's why it should be competitive. Low competitive,
okay.
at least.
Okay. I could agree with that. Like, I'm
kind of happy where it's at right now, actually.
Same. Look at that. We got Khaba and Kremlin. High, man. They're high.
Yeah, they are a little too high. A little too high, in my opinion. But let's go on that. Louisiana, which I think we all thought this was going to come out and be King of the World. I think this just goes right in the niche. They nerfed it hard before they released it, which I'm happy they did, else that would have been borderline straight up meta. But I think it and Schlieffen are the king of niche BBs. They're just
same.
PB, do you agree?
I haven't played it since we tested it, so I have nothing to really compare it to. I don't know.
The tumor is like Kearsarge now, or like it gets penned, and then the guns are just not as consistent. Because before the guns were better than Montana's. Now they're
really good guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's what I remember. That they had
Yeah.
amazing guns, and that's the only thing I really loved about it. The AA is still very good, though.
They did buff the secondaries, so you can actually have a hilarious amount of secondaries on your right side or something like that.
Okay, that's kind of funny.
Bob, what do you think?
I mean, I had the same impressions like you. I only played it back then, and I think we all were scared because it was so good. But the only person I legit see play it is Mr. Mime, and he told me if you just aim for the deck, you could get Citadel's full pens all the time. And ever since that, I've never seen these things as a threat. The AA, sorry, not the AA, the planes they bring, super annoying. Again, no reason for that to be in the game, all this spotting, but they're not really scarier than a CV or a Montana. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
I think niche is fair.
Oh, yeah. Lushan. Another really big glow up.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I didn't think it was that bad before.
No one does. No one was like, it's okay. Like, whatever. It's good. Now?
I was like, it's just a solid tier 10. And then they came out and buffed it. I'm like, well, why? Why did it
didn't need a buff?
Like mid competitive.
Put in that category.
Yeah. At least competitive.
Fine. Yeah, it's definitely competitive.
That's fine.
It's just
it's good. It's got that crazy heal.
It's much more fun than Druid.
Oh yeah. Druid's
I'm
such
gonna rub it in Red's face right now. I'm just gonna lather it on. Yeah, Lushan. I don't think we have to talk about it more.
No.
Malta.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
I don't.
No,
I think it's better in what's it called? Haku.
Really? Oh.
Because it's so easy to play.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Brain dead easy.
And like the main brunt of your damage, yeah, sure, the torpedoes they hurt, but even if you're not good with the torps, those dive bombers, man, they're just gonna make sure that you feel something at least.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing as bad as midway dive bombers, I will say that, but
true.
Yeah, midways are crazy. Manfred. I love Manfred. I wish it was this way, but I think it's probably more like right there. It's mid.
Better than Eagle, though?
No, I don't think it's better than Eagle.
Okay.
I think it's better than Nakimov, in my eyes.
Definitely.
You bring actually some utility to a team, and if you're deep lane, you could. Nakimov can also help, but I think the Manfred's better in that regard.
Actually, we tested this. We tested this live. You remember? Because I wanted to make a YouTube short, and then I lost all the footage. Nakimov will outgun Manfred.
No way. Well, then I guess Manfred deserves to go further down.
No, it's got ADA. It's got ADA on it. It's got secondaries. You are able to help support your team way better than Nakimov, and your planes don't die out so much. Like,
it's probably also more tanky since it's a Grozovoi FDG or GroBer Kurfurst hull.
Yeah, you're gonna survive a lot more. Nakimov, you're having to manage all those planes plus your guns. You're not. One of those is sacrificed. One of those you're not going to be able to do. Where Nakimov, you can manage all of your fighters and your movement all at the same time, and you're not too bothered by it. So I'd say it's better than Nakimov overall.
True. Also way easier to play.
I'd say one of the more balanced CVs, just because you can't start fires. Like, it's not super annoying like that. But you can hit some DDs hilariously hard.
Yeah, that's where my biggest gripe is with it, man. And when I'm playing a DD and I get triple dropped by those, and you're like, wait, what? I don't have a Citadel.
Like, what the crap? Marseille. Marceau. I always screw those up all the time.
It's been a minute since I played this.
I had to upload a video because I dreamt about Marceau the other day, and I was like, I gotta make a video about Marceau, and I forgot how fun and good this ship is. Like, it's got 9-kilometer range torps with a 40 or 50 second reload. I think it's 50. And the guns reload in 3 seconds. Yeah, can you check? The guns are great.
Colbert guns.
I mean, the only thing that's really hard to do with it is when you're fighting a DD at close range, it's got a little bit, wonky arcs, slow shell speed. But every time you hit somebody, it's 415 AP damage on most DDs. That's a lot when you can shoot every 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's a 40-second reload.
Yeah.
40 seconds. I mean, and that's 6 torpedoes per side. You could just chuck them out all the time. I think it's... If Colbert is in meta, I think Marceau should be high competitive.
Yeah.
I would
agree with
say
that.
Marceau is more of where Colbert is more gun focused. I would say Marceau is a little more torpedo focused.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Better than the regular Regolo, though. I'd say a
No.
little bit less.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, not better than Regolo.
Better than Lucian.
Because if those two meet each other in a fight, Regolo's, I mean,
Yeah.
except Marceau can just run away, right? But
Yeah. Well, Regolo's fast as hell too.
Well,
yeah,
with
but
the
only like
boost.
bursts.
Yeah, in burst.
Oh yeah, 47 knots right off the rip, and just before.
Wait, is
the
that
accelerator?
Regolo?
No, that's Marceau.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
Marceau's
fast.
47. Ooh.
It's just a lovely boat.
I need to play that boat again.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Pigman, you're a Navy guy yourself. So I was talking about this in my video. I was saying, so I just can't understand how these guys can be, reloading 6 torpedoes in 40 seconds in 60
Mhm.
knots. Like, how are you doing this, guys?
Bro, it's insane.
It's insane, bro. You can't
Insane.
fucking put torpedo tubes in 40 seconds when you go at 60 knots.
Yeah, and that's because you guys don't understand. To reload the torpedoes, we got to use this J-bar davit, right? And then fucking hand crank the shit, put it
It's
on a
not
tray. It's something that you don't want to do in a sea state above 2.
No.
Let alone
definitely
in
not.
combat.
Yeah.
Let alone in combat getting shot at.
So, credit to the Marceau crew. They are definitely speedy boys.
Oh yeah. No, I definitely agree. It's a strong boat. I've mothballed mine just because I love Colbert more and I need money. So but I'll eventually get back to it. Eventually. Now Marseille.
I don't have it. Played it
It's-
only for
it's-
testing. Didn't enjoy it.
It needs.
I think it needs fixing, yeah, because it needs something. I just can't pinpoint what it needs. I think better dispersion would be super nice. This
So
weird
actually-
gimmick where you have to hold it down.
Yeah,
Like,
that's.
who uses that?
I actually thought of something really kind of interesting because another ship that's also going to go and need fixing also recently got this buff. I think Marseille should get better dispersion and then battleship pen, similar to Sevastopol.
That would be fair.
Wait,
'Cause
Sebastopol
it-
got buffed?
Yeah,
Yeah, Sevastopol
Sevastopol
got buffed.
crazy now. Guys, Sevastopol insane.
Still
Best
needs
ship
fixing.
in life.
Still needs fixing.
I'm gonna preach the Sevastopol here because
Okay.
gosh dang, it's growing
When
on
we
me.
get to that, we're only halfway through, and I've got like an hour and 15 minutes. We gotta rip through this guy.
All right, Mecklenburg, boom.
Boom, Mecklenburg. Meta?
I think it's meta because these 305s hit harder than Marseille does.
Mhm,
Marseille is also 305. It feels
And
like a
they're
GK.
They're fairly accurate too.
Super accurate. Got torpedoes as well. You're missing a sonar and some manual secondaries, but yeah,
I'd
I don't know about meta,
playable.
but I think competitive.
Ooh man, we're all over the board.
I'm gonna talk a little bit from the EU perspective here. This is the go-to battleship for battleship meta. It's tanky. It hits hard. You can hit less armored targets and still do good damage. Most of the good battleship players they have a Mecklenburg on EU, and I know a lot. I see a lot of them on NA as well.
I think it's
Definitely
way better
not playable.
Yeah, I think way better
Yeah.
than playable.
Okay.
It's
All right.
above Columbo for sure.
I would almost put it above Bourgogne.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think the auto secondaries hold it
down,
back.
man.
The auto secondaries hold it back though. That's just those things don't do shit.
But it's not meant to be a secondary ship. I think.
Yeah, it's meant for those main guns.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true. It's those are good, and Jackson will be very happy about that placement. Not very going to be happy about the battleship meta tier maker, but this one we redeemed it.
We did.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Midway, I don't think we really need to say much more.
You think
My
there? I think
Favorite ship
Malta.
in the game.
Let's
Yeah,
Malta.
there we go.
Really?
I think Malta is
Malta's
still
brain dead,
stronger
yeah.
than Midway.
Yeah, that is true. Malta gets a lot more fires, but Midway, you occasionally get that dive bomber drop, and you're just it sucks.
It's awesome that you can get citadels with those dive bombers. I mean, if you're a CV player, that's awesome, right?
Oh,
Yeah, it's a good CV. What can we say? We love it.
All right, Minotaur.
Meta.
Yep, meta. I think it's basically top of meta, like right there, if not right there.
You had a term for Haku, like a skill something.
Skill cannon.
A skill skill cannon. That's Minotaur. Skill cannon.
Roughly second best cruiser in the game. With it being right behind.
Wait, what do you say is first?
We'll get to it.
Sevastopol, of course. Everybody knows we're living under a rock.
Minnow does everything. Okay, now this one's gonna be interesting. We talked about this earlier. Montana.
Oh,
regular
I
Montana.
love this ship, man. Just
I'd say Montana's playable.
Yeah, playable. I'd agree. It's
That's
like
where I put it.
Kurfurst.
What's tricked? What can you do with it? What's the tricking out of a Montana? It has a legendary mod, right?
It's not good though. I don't think it's
no.
Oldendorf.
I think I'm
Oldendorf
using
on
it. Oh, Oldendorf.
Oldendorf.
Interesting. I haven't tried Oldendorf on them.
I haven't done that either, actually.
From anyone, from Alistair to Glad to Soulfire, everyone that said you put Oldendorf on Montana, I think we all agree it's like playable. Like Montana's a standard battleship, right? Before we go to Tricked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just playable. It's good. All right, Tricked
Montana. But where is Columbo? Columbo, like, come on, guys. Columbo and Montana, they must be in the same. Montana's a stronger battleship.
I don't think
you put
Montana. Tricked Montana
has
top of competitive.
AA.
Montana has AA, and it has rapid reload, and it's a 20-second.
It's 20 fast.
Yep, it's faster. You can
Columbo has to wait 30 seconds. If you just rapid reload HE, 12 guns hit a DD, he's gone.
Mm-hmm. Tricked Montana's nuts.
Yeah, I still don't like a normal Montana playable, but I'll concede. It's fair.
I'd say high playable. And sometimes I get this whole kind of idea that sometimes being in low competitive is worse than being in high playable. And like that, like that connotation of it, but I can definitely agree that it's like Montana's just solid.
Yeah,
but Columbo with the DD meta, like maybe depending on the everything like
we talked about tapping. How about you just one tap one? Be done with the DD.
True. Oh, Moskva. That's
a toughie.
It is. She's kind of aged a little bit, hasn't she?
Yeah. I wish I was able to play it before that nerf. I never played pre-Moskva nerf.
It was disgustingly good.
It was Stalingrad ammo or guns with 5 seconds, 6 seconds faster. Something like that. Just laser.
Can I request for something? Because I feel like we should have Stalingrad right next to this one. Compared to each other, because I think you guys are talking about it's fallen off. What do you think about Stalingrad compared to Moscow? If you were to pick one to play, which one would you pick?
Holding still. Stalingrad has fallen.
Good, because I think, you're right. Moskva is not as insane as it was before, but
it's still solid. It's still mid-competitive.
It's still solid.
Like it maybe low, like maybe just a little bit higher than Des Moines, like just a little bit.
I would put it over Tricked, Goliath, and Black Sow.
Okay, I can be for that. BB, what do you think?
I don't know.
They need to revert.
Because I'd rather play the Des Moines than Moskva.
Ooh, that's fighting words.
What do you guys think about Nevsky being so much higher than Moskva? I feel like they are very similar.
Is it?
Moskva's easier to hit. Like Nevsky, you can kind of at least a little bit dodge, and it has a lot better AA. Moskva doesn't have the AA. It does have funny secondaries. Moskva does have funny secondaries. But no, it's like Moskva does a lot, but it's kind of aging these days.
I think one thing that I just want to tell people about Moskva: shoot DDs. It's disgustingly good at killing DDs at range. In that sense, it outclasses Nevsky because you can blap them for a lot of HP.
Nevsky though, is more consistent. Nevsky, you're
it's the consistent one. Yeah.
So the thing with Nevsky is like the closer it doesn't matter if they get closer to you. Yeah, you're still gonna full pen.
Yeah, you got that. You gotta have that perfect range with Moskva. That's right.
Yeah.
Even though you do,
it does massive amount of damage at that perfect range. Moskva definitely smashes DDs for like 1K.
Yeah, exactly 1,015 damage or something per hit. It's crazy.
It's nuts, but at the same time, it's a massive ship. That's a massive ship. So
True.
I like Moskva. It's just I think it needs those nerfs reverted. So it just is just that sniper that I think it got decreased accuracy, I should say, and increased like dispersion. And I was like, no, just revert it, and it will be top of competitive, just solid. Napoli. Now, last year we slaughtered this one. I think this does not deserve to be in low playable or needs fixing at all.
It deserves to be meta.
What? No, not that.
It deserves to be
not
no.
that.
No. This thing. I'm talking from the EU perspective now, not a DD meta here. No DD meta.
Yeah.
This thing can go toe to toe with anything. If you just have the mindset that, okay, I'm probably not going to return from this, but I'm going to inflict as much damage as possible. The reason I think this is meta is because it can hide from CVs with the smoke. You have enough smokes to sacrifice one if you see, okay, he's coming straight from me. It's fast, it's tanky, and the combined firepower of all those guns plus the secondaries and your torps. I mean, again, if you meet a Smolensk out on the flank, you activate those secondaries, it's insane. I don't know if you have a tricked Napoli, but I would assume the Napoli here is the best it can be, you know, best camo, best commander.
I'd still say low competitive.
High competitive.
High competitive, okay.
Mid competitive.
PB, it looks like PB, you're going to be the one to...
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yep.
Wait, where are you trying to put a Sly?
I was gonna say like kind of around like Moskva territory, like maybe less, around Laxow, better than Goliath, because Napoli is fun. Its main guns are consistent. Secondaries can do well. They have their moments. Those torpedoes are hilarious angles. Like you can fire those almost basically straight up front. And I think we did it dirty last year. So, but Napoli is really good. But I do say that there are some, like, it is kind of a little bit niche in the idea of, like, sometimes you're going to get a heavy battleship game. It's not going to do as well. But if you get that kind of good balanced game, Napoli's pretty strong. Like,
I'll make the case here that you got to have a different mindset when you're playing Napoli. Because you're right, if you go into a game where there's no DDs, I had a lot of games when I was making, when it came out in the shipyard, I had to play it a ton. And I just found out that because you're fast and you got this smoke and you're somewhat tanky, you could get up to battleships and still, like, if you close the distance, you can melt BBs extremely fast. And that's why I think it actually just deserves to be meta, because it can handle any target it comes up against, except CVs. But, like, again, that can make a case for any ship.
I'll say it has better armor than Castilla, even though it's technically the same ship, basically.
It's the correct version of Castilla. But I mean, we could at least, next to Moskva, I can definitely. It's better than it was last year.
What are you gonna break us on? Going high? Are you going up by Jinan, or are you going more where I am at?
I'm trying to put it in front of. Oh no, next to it. Okay. I'm kind of fine with. I mean, I haven't touched it in a very long time. You got to remember the last time I touched it. It was when it was at its prime.
Oh.
And I missed those days.
Oh my god.
I missed it. It was
Why did we report that? Why did we report that?
Yeah, Terry.
God damn it.
Bro. Hitting with all those secondaries, hitting as hard as your manual. Oh, that was chef's kiss.
No, that would be meta. I would completely agree with meta on that one. Yeah.
That was too much fun. But I mean, I gotta bring it back. I gotta test it out again.
I think you would like it. If you put Inigo Campione and get those extra fuel smoke, and you only get an extra fuel smoke. It's crazy. Just keep smoking up. They can't find you.
I'll trust Bob on this one.
So Bob, where are you on?
Yeah, that's as long as it's not unplayable. I think I'm happy.
Well, you said higher.
Yeah.
I think if you put it below Nevsky, I think maybe below Regelo actually. I think Regelo would be better at doing what Napoli tries to do overall. So I think that's a fair placement.
More than Marceau?
No, not more than Marceau. Exactly. But it's better than Black Montana and Black Yamato, battle impact wise. Huge.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ohio. Now, as a Michigander, I hate this ship. So, but as the great song says, there's nothing wrong with Ohio except the snow, milk, and the rain. Okay, Ohio.
Very strong battleship.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a meta ship, honestly.
I was just gonna say it's basically a
Nah,
like
absolutely not.
Okay,
It's
you guys go. I
definitely
don't
not
play.
playable.
I don't play Ohio. Not the biggest.
Let's
fan.
hear your pick, Bay. What do you think?
what
Where
do
do
you
you
guys
think it falls?
Honestly, I scroll up a little more. Let me look at the meta ships again. I don't think it's completely meta, but I think it's pretty high up there.
Like that.
I would probably put it
I'd say
in
less than
front
Montana.
of Austin.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, that's honestly probably where I would put it.
Is that only because of the, double-barreled shenanigans, dispersion sometimes not working with you?
Yeah, I mean, having less. I mean, granted, it has 4 turrets, but you only got 2 guns per turret, so you do have a little bit of wonky dispersion, but it does massive damage.
It's
I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, I think that's fair too.
I know, man. It's fair the placement, but this is my go-to battleship for any circumstances. It's tanky, AA hits hard. It's there. I mean, I have a 55 plane down game where I was playing versus a Malta, 55 planes, and still survived.
All right, well, let me ask you: so if you had 2 ships right here, you have Ohio or Incomparable? Which one are you playing?
Ohio, any day.
Ohio?
Ooh.
Yeah, because Ohio is going to
Sacrifice.
survive most of what it comes up against. It just survives. Yeah, maybe Incomparable would be good, against the DD. If it's harder to get snuck up on. You can hide, you can run away, but just the sheer survivability is what I love about Ohio.
Okay.
I think it's
Fair
the best battleship in the game, actually, legitimately.
Okay.
I think that goes to.
I know you guys
probably,
don't agree.
Income. Yeah.
St. Vincent. I think St.
Yeah.
Vincent
I know
gets
St.
that
Vincent
one.
is massive right now, but it's my favorite, definitely.
Another glow up. Petro.
Mhm.
The last year was in need fixing. I think now base Petro, none of the Infinity Stones on it, just basic bland. Like that. I think that it sits just below Hinden. It's just
I agree.
good. It's not crazy.
Okay. I'll agree with that.
Same.
I still think it
No
needs
balls.
a dispersion buff, or it needs more consumable usage at least. Like I hate that you almost borderline need that fire supremacy in order to really make use of those. Trick Petro, you have all the Infinity Stones. You have collected them all, ripped it out of the robot too, and you now have. I now use Kuznetsov on it.
Interesting. Yeah, but you don't have Makarov on. You have it on Kremlin, right?
Yep.
That's great too.
Where are you guys putting it? How far do you guys want to go? Because it's pretty freaking tanky now.
Right where you have it right now, that's where I would place it.
Right there. PB.
Trick Goliath is better, but yeah.
It's
I
definitely
would agree with
tankier in a
that
different
placement.
way. Yeah. But Trick Petro.
So hard to
God.
hit now. It's so hard to get good hits on a Petro. And you could bow in, you can do you have 360 turrets.
I think once you zero your range in on Petro, though, it is actually easier to kill. It's you have to zero it in order to get right in there because it's such low in the water. But yeah, no, Petro.
Basically, it's like a plank.
Yeah,
It's a plank of wood.
it is.
I mean, that's what it looks like in the water. There's like 0, what's a freeboard?
Yep. Yeah, no, Petro, it's tanky. It's all get out, but you can zero it in and you actually can do a little bit more damage to it because of the armor profile. It's. But Kuznetsov on it.
Petro on the screen so I can look at it.
You see what I mean, right? It's just a plank in the water.
You can tell
That is
it's a paper
great.
ship because in reality, in real life, it would be covered. It would be covered to the brim of everything. You look at like Iowa. Every space is taken up just a little bit. Just there's very little space out there. Montana completely clean. It's paper.
Yeah, and also like I don't want to be the deckhand on a ship like Petro, man. There's just constant cleaning of that deck. It's so much salt water.
Halfway underwater half the time, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep. And it being a Russian ship, it'd probably also be on fire.
Okay, sorry.
Just gotta sprinkle, just lovely that little bit of politics in it.
I mean, the internet exists; they can't hide it. So. Oh man,
Prussian. I'm gonna say it correctly. Else Saiyagen's gonna kill me again.
One of my
you didn't
favorites.
say it correctly, but I'm sorry.
Hey, it's better than poison.
It's not
better than
It
poison.
sounds poison.
Okay, I'm not doing that with my Midwest accent. I'm not doing that.
Man, I think this is a very hard ship to place because I love the idea of the ship.
Really?
But I find it so hard to play. I would much rather play GK than play this.
No.
Really? You feel it differently?
I feel like it's better than GK.
Really? Why?
I don't know. I want to say it's because of accuracy, but like I don't know. I just feel like to me it just feels better. I don't know. I can't put my thumb on it.
I don't want to. You know what?
More guns. So
I don't want to argue against you because I love Preußen, but it sucks for me.
I love it.
I think when you're saying accuracy, I mean the volume of shells is really nice, really nice.
It's a German GK, or it's a German Montana. Sorry, German Montana.
Yeah,
it's not to like.
I hate 6-gun battleships except for Incomparable.
Hey,
Sun
Yat-sen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sleeper.
I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Incomparable though.
Okay, well that's hard to compare against. Like it's incomparable.
Exactly.
It's incomparable, yeah.
But I think it's pretty solid. It's a solid boat. I think it's better than GK.
But still
I mean, it's got better secondary overloaded too. It's got torpedoes. I see your point.
I kind of want to get on my main account. I kind of want to get on my main account because I feel the press account, I have never gotten, I think, over like 70k in this boat because I keep on getting focused. Like hardcore focus, like triple small lens focus. I'm like you guys rank it because I can't. Because I'd rank this and need fixed. So I'm like, I can't.
If I'm gonna base this off of my reaction before I started doing YouTube and before the target on one's back was getting bigger and bigger. I actually agree with you, Pigmay. I enjoyed this way more than the GK. Preußen for me, pre-YouTube, monster ship. It was the best. It was my highest average damage ship too. So yeah, I guess I have to agree, because right now I'm kind of seeing it from the perspective of I don't want to be triple Smolensk farm, for example.
Exactly. I mean, we can't compare it to like getting targeted.
No, it's different thing. We look different perspective for us.
But I'd say it's so solid.
Yeah, you're right.
Like
honestly,
I think it's high playable or low competitive.
I would say high or low competitive. Maybe even in front of Kremlin.
I could agree with that because sometimes depend on Makarov or Kuznetsov. Like sometimes you just get that wonky. Also, you get the horrible dispersion of the Kremlin. It's sometimes you get the max one, and you're just like, that's 3 zip codes. That is. I just hit half a nation. Like,
I'm sorry.
Like, the slide. You need to look at that YouTube short I made about the Kremlin because that was all in like I think it was like 2 games, possibly or 3. But I enjoyed it so much, and that making that short made me love Kremlin.
I remember watching that short, and I started playing my Kremlin instantly.
Bro, it feels so nice.
Yeah, it's a good ship.
Puerto Rico.
Oh, I saw this one had a high placement in the last one. Competitive.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it's
more.
I think it's holding its competitive. Like it's not. If you really learn those arcs, this thing just slaps everything. It has got good DPM. Yeah, you have to learn it. It's not an easy, like, just pick it up. You're going to have a game or two to kind of learn those arcs. But the pen is actually really good. It does everything. It's a very, in my opinion, kind of like a mid-competitive between all these. Like, it just does everything well.
I mean, it's hard to play it at the competitive level, but you're right, it does a lot of things well. And if you're not going to be the star of the show, you're going to be a great support cruiser for your battleships. Yeah. I mean, just sitting there hurling these 305s every 12 seconds or something.
Yeah,
decent.
It's got too much GPM not to say, hey, this is competitive. I don't know, PB, do you have any?
I don't play it as much. I have bad luck with it.
I can see that.
It's
If
not
you don't play it
my
often, it's not like I have to play a game and I'll get like 40, 50k, and then I'll play another game and it's 80, 90. Like it's just like you got to get back into that groove of it because.
Sly, I want to get a secret trick. So what I do with my Puerto Rico, since CV focus and stuff, in the middle slot, go for small caliber AA. The thing can actually shoot down quite a few planes, and they don't expect it, so they just keep sending and sending and sending. That's how I play my Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I gotta look at that. That's pretty nice.
Hold on.
It's like we got one AA ship to another AA ship. Oh man.
Oh, Ragnar.
That's the best AA in the game.
Yep.
I love that thing.
I hate the guns.
For me, it's a meta. Really?
Like.
Wait, where'd you put it?
I want to say meta, but
wait, run that by me. I wasn't looking at the screen. Where is it at?
No, I haven't placed it yet. I just said I'm not the biggest fan of the guns in terms of it's only a gunboat. Like you have a set DPM, and while they are nice, and you have the capabilities, I'd just say it's a better Tricked Holland. But you don't even have the torpedoes to back that up, and also it is realistic AP only. The HE, like I freaking hate the HE freaking mission on the battle honors. Like I still have like 20 something fires to do. I'm like I don't have the wherewithal.
It's got 7% fire chance, isn't it? Like I don't have the ship, so
do we need
I don't
to talk about my
Gdansk
again.
No, true. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Wait, what is the fire?
I still think that it's definitely high competitive and like that stuff like that, but I don't think it's meta. I think it's if you think about what ship are people bringing in their FDR division to be have the biggest advantage, it's always Ragnar. This is the most meta DD I've seen, at least on EU. Like people play this in CV divisions and they absolutely dominate. You don't need a Worcester, you just need one of these.
Yeah, it has the best. I built mine full AA, and I still get pretty decent games.
Okay, so where do you guys put it? Because I'm not the biggest fan of Ragnar. I like it, but I don't. Love hate.
I kind of think meta, to be honest.
Same.
Okay. Like low meta.
I see it a lot, and it's a high meta for me.
High meta, like daring level, like better incomp.
Below incomp, no, below Colbert, above the others, I think.
Okay. Oh,
because it can't shut down DDs so fast like a Colbert can, but it can like control the whole map.
Yeah, it's very resourceful. I'll agree with that. Like, all right.
And you get that radar 3.
Oh, baby.
And you can put Swirsky on there. Even if you do Gdansk, you can put Swirsky on there. Boom, you've got it now.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Republique.
I would say
I don't play this enough.
It's low competitive. Yeah, it's low competitive.
Yeah.
I'd probably say almost around the Columbo area. And like that, like just a little bit better than Columbo, because just if you get into regular games, it's not going to do as well.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
It's outclassed by the Black Republic, but it's still good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Rhode Island.
I've only got 5 games in it, but I won all of them.
Okay, so
it's consistent, I guess. I see. I'm looking at my stats in it. 40% MVP rate, only 65,000 average damage, 1.2 enemies killed. Kind of like okay, I guess.
I looked at the stats
let me look
and
at it.
I basically went, yeah, this is probably decently playable. It's not anything special. And I compare it to Illinois.
You discuss this.
Okay. I know, right? It's 2.5 hours, and I got like 30 minutes left to go before we have to go on this one. No, the Rhode Island is just okay. Like it's not really anything. It's like Illinois in the idea that it's kind of bland and boring, but it works. It does some decent damage.
I think it's solid. I think it'd be a solid.
Like right below Montana, like where it's like, okay, it's a unique style, but it's not bad. It's not.
I don't think it's bad at all.
Okay, so
alrighty.
We kind of talked about Rhode Island just a little bit. Bob had to go to the bathroom, but when you're doing a podcast for 3 hours, it looks like we're gonna have that. But yeah, Rhode Island, it's solid. We put it in high playable.
I'd say playable.
Yep, it's
not terrible. It's not like amazing. It's just a solid boat.
Oh yeah,
has pretty nice AA, DFA.
I guess DFA.
Yeah,
DFA 1.
I think with Oldendorf, it's going to be a nice, fun ship. So, If it comes out in a good way too, hey, awesome. But it's probably gonna come out in a crate or something. So I'll wait till it comes to ship.
Very, very fast reload, I will say.
What's the reload?
For 356s, 15.68.
Oh, that's very fast.
But that's running the reload on it.
Okay, but I mean, if you don't run reload, if you go Adrenaline Rush with Halsey, it's gonna be pretty
That's
fast.
what I put on there right now.
But it is still a Florida hull at tier 10. It's a little bit squish.
Is it the same hull as a Florida?
From what I believe, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit squish. But it's sneaky. Like I think it's at max it's going to be mid competitive with someone who's putting Halsey and really maxing it out. So it's not as boring as Illinois, but still pretty boring.
32 knots. Wait, yeah, Illinois is the Des Moines battleship. Oh, it's way better in Illinois.
Yeah, but
Illinois is a failed ship.
I had such high hopes for that thing.
Yeah,
same.
I think we all had higher hopes for it. Like that was the bigger problem, is we had too high of hopes for it when in reality it was just going to be kind of mediocre.
Well, it doesn't make sense in Blitz, it makes sense on PC, but not on Blitz.
Okay.
All right, Salem.
Let's talk about the printer. Yep.
The printer of ships.
The printer of ships, the Salem. This just goes right up.
Yeah.
Well, where in Meta, though?
Probably low meta.
Over Buffalo. And over Henry.
You think over Henry?
I mean, I don't. I think Henry should be above Buffalo, but
I'd agree with that.
Salem's survivability is just it's insane. I mean,
okay, all right. You know what? I'm fine with that.
Let's go.
Yeah, Salem's. I wish I had Salem on the main account. I so wish Salem.
Such a good cruiser coming up.
Oh yeah, we got meta. San Martin going right next and right above them.
Mm-hmm. If you don't have it,
is that the one you think is better than the Minotaur? Okay.
Because I actually view San Martin is definitely kind of that heavy light cruiser in the way that it plays. In that is the San Martin is a love letter to heavy cruiser mains, not necessarily light cruisers, because Minnow just does the light cruisers action way better and like that. But yeah, San Martin and Minnow, best cruisers, best job I ever had as cruiser man. You go down those two lines, you're done. Best job I ever had.
That's a good way of saying it. It's a love letter to the heavy cruiser players because it feels like a heavy cruiser, but it is a light.
It works. It works really well. It's yeah. Especially when you look at the heavy cruisers, like, yeah, we have Henri, yeah, we have Buffalo, like, those are nice, Salem, but, like, Henri's really the only one that's the good heavy cruiser, and the rest of them kind of are rough around the edges. Schlieffen.
Definitely.
I think this is the definition of niche.
Yeah.
I
mean, if you get it in a good matchmaker, it can easily become competitive, but, like, that's not a way to rank a ship. You got to get lucky in matchmaking.
No, it goes from meta to needs fixing depending on the game. It plays the field.
Yeah, it's not as armored as the other ones. It eats damage, but it is so much fun.
There's no better feeling than surprising the enemy battleships with a flank that was successful and just unleashing hell. It's the best feeling.
Or if you have a friend who happens to have a vampire too, you get snuck across the battlefield.
Yeah.
It's fun. That's fun.
You know what's better? Two friends.
Two friends. Yeah. Two's always better than one.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, so Bob, I think you're gonna take Sevastopol.
Okay, so obviously, it started in needs fixing. I don't know what they've done with it, but the guns all of a sudden they actually hit like a 380 should, and the dispersion, it feels better. Everything else about the ship the same. It's got Saint Vincent heal, speed boost, so for some reason really good defensive fire, and it's got auto secondaries. But I will say this, the speed combined with that survivability, it means you can punish battleships now. I would say it's definitely gone from needs fixing to playable, low playable. Okay. And I play mine like this is a build I have, guys. Auxiliary mod, so I increase the range of my auto secondaries that do 89 damage. It's a bad build. Then we go for propulsion and speed mod. And I still am able to get 120k with that ship. It's definitely not unplayable now.
Yeah, so the Sevastopol...
I haven't touched it. So.
Yeah, no.
You should try it.
So Hiromi looked into this. What it has is a super heavy AP now. It's classified. So basically it's battleship guns on a cruiser. So you get that battleship. The problem is it has the worst pen of all battleships now. that still can be good if you have the right aim to it. So it's like you can't. That's why I was actually suggesting Marseille actually get that super heavy AP hit similar to battleships. So now that it doesn't hit well, or maybe you've got long, the long reload. But if you give them better pen and better dispersion, now you've got something that smacks hard and actually can pen unlike that. So yeah, Sevastopol, I think I agree with you. I don't think the secondary build is violent. I think it's dispersion build and concealment.
That's a meme build.
Yeah, it's a meme build. But no, it's Sevastopol actually can kind of play. And I still remember actually on EU, my first few games, everyone else on Discord was bitching and going, "This thing is total bad." And I'm over here on EU doing 90k a piece, and I'm like, "Am I?"
Was that when it came out?
Yeah, when it came out, I was doing 90k. I was about to say that this thing is borderline competitive, and then all of a sudden everyone started talking about it, and then I played it on NA, and I was like completely opposite results: 30k, 40k max.
I remember my first games. The idea was swap to HE so you at least get some damage. It's not like that anymore.
Yep, I still think it's barely holding into playable. It almost needs fixing.
Definitely, it's just climbed out of that now for some reason, or out of the blue.
Oh yeah. Now let's talk about a 6-gun battleship that doesn't.
Yup, there.
I agree.
Absolutely. I hate that thing.
Those guns should be hitting harder than they do.
It should be more accurate too, but
just get the Sun Yat-sen. Don't put your money into the Fukushima. Just get the Sun Yat-sen. Does it everything better? Or
get Yamato.
Yeah.
Get Incomparable.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, if you want to go for a 6-gun battleship, that's the one you got to go for.
Okay, so Shimakaze.
One trick pony.
Yeah, one trick pony.
Yeah, one trick
playable.
Pony.
You go playable. I'd almost go niche because that one trick can be like
fair.
There are times where you have like Captain Price playing the Shimakaze and absolutely wrecking your team. Like they can be scary.
Going dog.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's some good Shimakaze mates. There are maybe 3, but there are good Shimakaze mates. I think I'd go niche, like mid niche.
Yeah.
Like is it better? It's worse than Harugumo because Harugumo at least has the guns. Like,
but wouldn't it almost be the best niche ship? Because I mean, if you say Schlieffen is the niche ship, Shimakaze can still hold its own, even though matchmaking is bad for it. Whereas Schlieffen is like your big ship, you can't really escape.
Yeah, true.
Shimakaze can at least maneuver in a bad matchmaker compared to Schlieffen.
Yeah. PvE,
definitely niche.
Oh no, wife's on that one. Yeah, I know, right? My wife's gonna be coming in here soon too, being like, "You have 30 minutes, or your head is on a platter."
Well, good thing my girlfriend's sleeping. GG.
GG right there.
Slava,
yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, Slava is what Stalingrad wishes it was.
Yeah.
Not to spoil anything.
I would say that.
It's
do you guys think it's better though?
I think it's competitive. I don't.
Okay.
I like high competitive.
It's borderline. Like, actually, I'm just gonna put it right down. Like here, it's brain dead.
Mm-hmm.
I hate this.
Same.
It requires one skill, and that's it to play, and you do well in it. It's just be a good accurate shot. Once you're that,
sit at range.
Yep.
But that can also cost you a match too. So
there's nothing worse than having a Slava player on your team who's just sitting in the back and refusing to push.
It's brain dead.
I'm good with that.
I don't.
Therefore, it's never meta.
I've seen some really good Slava. Like when you put a BB main in a Slava, like I was talking actually with Soulfire on this one. He puts it in meta just because you put a good player behind it. That thing is like it will wreck an entire flank if it has a DD kind of protecting it from being pushed, because it's just what Kremlin wants to be. It does everything, and it's insane. Period. Like,
I think the silver lining is if you have support, because I think Slava without support is I mean, it's good until you reach until you close the distance. Then it's pretty bad ship to be in. Not very tanky.
Mm-hmm.
Regular Kremlin weak.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fair placement though.
Yeah.
I think it's fine there.
Smoland.
I think right above. Yeah, I think right above Holland.
Mm-hmm.
Where that goes. It's a Tricked
Right above
Holland.
Tricked Holland, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I could agree with that one. It's a better Tricked Holland.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that fuel smoke, and I think the guns reload faster too.
And you have one less torpedo, but they also reload quite a bit faster than normal Holland.
Yeah, but it
Or is
also
it two
doesn't
less?
matter. To me, it doesn't matter because of the spread of the torpedoes. Like Holland has this giant spread. You're never going to hit all of them unless you're like super close. So like Småland, you're going to hit probably the same amount of torpedoes anyways.
Probably. And also the reload again, like you can send more out.
I kind of almost move this up above by like Marseille and Regolo because it just offers a lot more of what Tricked Holland wants to do, but just in a better package overall.
I don't have anything against that because
No.
I think all the European DDs could, like, you could make a case for them being meta if you've got a good player. But Småland,
I'd say Småland isn't meta, but it's like overall, I could see high competitive too. I could see it, you know.
I guess the only ship that Småland could deal with on its own here in the meta is Daring, because Daring wouldn't really be able to stand up to the radar and the constant smacking. But like if you met the Alvaro Gdansk or Colbert, you're screwed in Småland.
You're dead. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, I could agree with that. Now, Smolensk.
Meta.
Yeah, it's meta.
Honestly, I would put it. Oh,
How high? That's a better question.
I would put the low Minotaur on San Martin.
Oh yeah, no,
yeah,
definitely.
right there.
Yeah.
Really? I think it goes in the middle.
Right between the two?
Yeah.
So like better than Minotaur, but yeah, I could see that.
I don't see it's better than Minnow. I don't see it's better than Minnow, but I could see it being like 40, 51, 49, like really close.
I think it's easier to play than Minnow by far. You got the range for the range. You got the HE to just fire spam things.
Why you only have two smokes?
The arcs are really good. It's easy to hit stuff.
Yeah,
but Smolensk.
I think if you
holds up better. You can get hit in the middle like that, but Smolensk you blow up.
Yeah, but if you have a 1-year player who has a Smolensk and a 3-year player in a Minotaur, that's still going to be a hard fight for the Minnow, even though he's a more experienced player.
Yeah, I still think it goes above Minnow.
Okay.
Same. I wouldn't want it to, but it's unfortunately true.
Yeah.
Yep. Someone actually requested I do a Smolensk video recently. Like, could you please teach us that? I'm like, sure.
that's like admitting defeat as a content creator.
Oh man. Summers.
I'd say meta.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really high. I don't think that.
Is it for the guns or for the torps?
A little both. The amount of guns you have and the alpha that you have with them. I mean, it has a longer reload than Gearing, but it has so many guns. Look at it real quick.
So I'd actually say it goes right by Shimakaze in niche. You're gonna have the games where the torps hit right and the guns. The guns might be the only thing you have that game. And then you have the other games where you're going to hit those max range torpedoes on all those battleships and you're going to be having the best time of your life. But it's way too inconsistent, in my opinion. But I could argue I could go like mid or low competitive. I could argue, I could see that because it does have torpedoes.
It's got those smokes though. If your torps fail, you can always just become a gunboat DD with the smokes.
And it has one of the best concealments.
Oh yeah. What were you saying? To put it niche? Or you're saying meta?
I was saying niche is low competitive. He's saying meta.
I'm saying like low tier, low meta.
Dang. You're gonna make
I would say low competitive.
Yeah, I could see low competitive because it does have.
And the reason I'm saying that is just because the torps are so slow. So like, at least when I've played it, I always end up going for the guns instead. That's just the main source of damage. And then like you say, if everything falls into place, you hit a BB at max range.
And it's hilarious.
But it's better than Gearing. Where is Gearing?
It's better than Gearing? Gearing,
I think it's better than. Yeah, I think then that's fair to put Somers at least in competitive.
I could see the argument for competitive, but I just view it as a niche destroyer, like in general, because it's just sometimes those torps are going to help, and sometimes you're just a gunboat, and you're a horrible gunboat at that. Like your reload sucks.
I don't think it's a horrible gunboat.
No, I agree there. I think that's the only thing I love about Summers is the guns.
Do I need to bring up meta right now? Like Gdansk out DPMs it,
true.
like all of those.
That's why I said low. I didn't say it was better than those, but I think there's something to be said about having.
Marceau is a gunboat, though. Sorry, Marceau is a torp boat. It's higher up. I think it's because you just easier. You know, it's easier to hit those torps all the time.
Yeah, they also reload quicker.
Yeah, they reload.
Yeah,
quick. And they're a lot faster. So Marceau is you just spin in place and you can get a bunch of damage. So
definitely don't think she should be that low. Then again, Harugumo Tricked Holland.
I was like, I
think that
kind of works. All right.
It's at least not a niche ship in my opinion, or playable.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll go with that. Stalingrad.
Stalingrad.
This has been overhyped for a long time. Yeah.
Agreed.
I would say it's probably around like right here.
I'd say it's niche.
It's almost niche because you can be too accurate. Like if you're not accurate enough, you're missing your shots. But it's this gun. Like it needs also its guns are starting to get taken out. Like I don't know, maybe it's just like a whole different meta now. But Stalingrad guns get clipped constantly. It's super.
I did notice that last time playing it.
Maybe you stayed at enough range, but I ran into a kind of a bit of a brawling fight, and Steve actually took both my front turrets.
No, I experienced the same thing. I think it was also Steve actually who just stripped my turrets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Stalingrad's fallen, but it's still accurate. But God, there's so many better ships to play.
You can still do good in it, but like, there's better choices out there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't think we need to talk much about this. We're just gonna put that
one's a great one. That's a great ship.
As long as it's in front of all the other. No, not that far.
I think the third.
Yeah, in front of all the other battleships at the very least, because it's probably the best battleship out there. Right now.
Is. Add Nelson onto it, it's nuts. Add Tovey, you can also use Tovey on it. It's nuts.
I need to try Nelson on that thing. I never thought about
more
that.
Health.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Busted heal.
Jellicoe too. I've heard Jellicoe's nuts. If you don't,
I wish I had one more heal. That's all I wanted. One more heal.
Yeah,
right?
just an
That'd
extra one.
That'd be
swap Salem and St. Vincent's heals. I'd be fine with Salem having 2. St. Vincent though, give that 3.
That's nuts. Trump.
Meta.
Yeah, meta. It's how meta. Because I almost want to go like right around Ragnar because it's got the same amount of spotting. It's got the same amount of spotting.
I think they're equally meta, the two of them.
Okay, so just kind of put it right there.
I just like the way that looked. Yeah, that looks better.
Okay,
let's just keep it like that then.
It's alpha order. It's alpha order, but they're the same because Trump is just so freaking good, so good.
It comes down to personal preference with those two.
Now Thunderer.
This one's hard, I think.
See, Thunderer isn't completely horrible if you're running IFHE. The AP sucks ass, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it sucks.
I agree with needs fixing.
I think it could be argued playable just because of the heals, and if you run IFHE plus with Nelson and like that, you can make it work. But why? When you have St. Vincent right there. Why?
Or if you really want to play a 457 8-gun battleship, there's Ohio.
No, Thunderer. I don't know. PV, do you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we're ripping through these. Okay, we're doing good because Thunderer. Yeah, no, I wish it was better. I really do. Its AP just needs a buff. I think it's too lackluster. Vampire 2. I got the Thesis from Red. I don't know if you guys have seen that one. But where are you guys putting Vampire 2?
Meta,
but I don't think it's above Daring.
Really? I'm the complete opposite. I think this is a better Daring.
I think I'd rather just play Daring.
I'd go low meta.
No, not that low. Not that low.
Not that low.
I think Vampire 2 has the best concealment in tier 10.
So like, right here.
I'm thinking right behind Daring, but that's just me personally.
Okay. I could agree with right behind Daring because I mean, in overall, like it's more Daring's more applicable because you got more fuel smokes and you can just use them full speed. But I think Vampire 2 is the first DD I played, you know, where I was like, okay, this thing I could completely go from being a cruiser main to just play DDs. It felt so powerful.
Oh,
so I think that's fair placement. Definitely meta.
I mothballed mine. I think I just need more time. I need more time, I think, on it. I think I need to go back, revisit it, learn more, but yeah. Oh, Venezia, regular. Regular. Right there.
I don't think it needs fixing, either of them.
Really?
But
I think they're both playable.
Yeah, I agree. Because, you know, the argument is Hindenburg can do what Venezia does. So the only real fix they would need to make with Venezia is just, you know, either tone down Hindenburg's AP smashing a little bit on DDs or turn up the sap damage on Venezia. Because
revert the nerfs.
The ship, yeah, maybe not revert completely, but at least make it so there's an incentive to play Venezia.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you revert the nerfs, people are just going to go back to shooting sap at everything.
Mm-hmm. But like, there needs to be some kind of reward for picking Venezia and shooting at a DD and hitting your target. I mean,
yeah, I think
there is still
low playable, or
I think that's fine there
because we have.
I would put it above Stalingrad. I would have put it above Stalingrad for sure.
Make it sneaky. Make it sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
And it still does have 15 AP salvo. Like at the very least, it still can do that. Now tricked with Luigi because we don't run
right above Venezia.
Yeah, right above the normal Venezia. Because I run mine with Luigi Sansonetti and I would still put it in playable.
Yeah, do you guys run?
I was gonna say like this or like this.
I've tried it, but I think I don't have the big enough balls yet to do that.
I kind of love it, to be honest.
Is it fun?
Yeah, dude, you gotta treat it like you would Colbert with a leg mod on. Just don't stop.
Okay, interesting.
Hit go and then turn and stay at range.
I need to. I got some video ideas from this.
I know, right?
This thing we're doing here, Venezia with a big mod. Yeah, Conqueror 2, Conqueror AP. I'm just typing all this stuff down.
Yeah, Venezia Tricked. If you play it, I've tried it and I see the point of it. I don't think it's necessary. I think Luigi does the bigger brunt of the movement forward, but the leg mod is there if you're not wanting to play a concealment Nevsky.
So how I ran mine was reload, slot 1, rudder slot 2, and then legendary mod in slot 3.
You turn
on a full turn. Yeah, full turn build. I like that. I also run reload in mine. I think that's like the best way to get around that long reload. Just run reload mod. You got so many guns. Like you can get away with it.
Yeah, it brings it down to like 12.3.
That's a good reload.
Oh no. So with Venezia, I definitely I think both. If you revert the nerfs completely, though, I think that the Tricked Venezia barely just goes into competitive because it still can't one tap like Columbo.
No, true. And it shouldn't be able to.
And it
either.
Still gets destroyed easily. It still gets nuked easily. It's got weak armor.
I don't think they should ever revert the nerfs because then it gives people a reason to swap to that AP.
True. You have to think a lot more methodically when playing.
Maybe just revert the reload nerf then, and don't revert the sap.
Yeah, I think actually making the reload what it was would be super nice. Because that would make up for, the loss of sap alpha. You can just get another salvo out. Would also take more skill, requires you hit the target twice.
Sure.
And, it would help with having to swap ammo types as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's true too. Vermont, or Verbonk. The bonk.
I mean, I like Vermont.
Yeah.
I do.
But it's very satisfying to play.
But it's if you miss.
If you miss, it sucks.
It sucks.
I'd argue that it's just like mid playable. Like right now.
Realistically, you can get 14 salvos out in the game if you shoot every single time you can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's a lot of damage.
Yeah,
I think I would put it above Conqueror though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Tricked Conqueror? Okay.
I would even argue it should be maybe above Goliath, behind Holland, Gearing, Rhode Island, Montana, GK. But I mean, you see it often enough. It's threatening. If you make a misstep, a good Vermont player can change the game instantly.
Yep.
So,
but it is really slow, and if you misplace yourself, it's punishing. But we do have a tricked version with Dewey. Specifically,
not Oldendorf.
You could run Oldendorf. Oldendorf also does. I think Dewey just makes it more comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get those precise aims.
Oh yeah, so you get a lot more accurate on that, which is super nice. So what do you guys think?
Say, in between Montana and Rhode Island. I haven't played Rhode Island, but I feel like a tricked Vermont is just as good as a normal Montana.
Yeah, it feels that way, right? It's just that reload really holds it back, but you definitely do hurt more because you're more accurate more often.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a little bit tankier, a little bit, in a different way. Just don't expect it, right?
Oh, if you don't expect it, you're done.
Yeah, like... Vermont is actually really easy to kill once you learn how to shoot it.
I mean, my favorite BB to go for when we were talking about Napoli is Vermont, because you can just go around circles and hit the bow with those secondaries.
Yeah.
Worcester.
Ooh, baby, my little baby.
I think meta. Both of them.
Both of them.
Both of them?
Agreed.
Both of them. Yeah. It was argued playable in cruisers. I think in the overarching one, I could say that actually I could agree with like this in like high competitive, just because the arcs really hold it back, like around like right around like.
I don't think the arcs hold it back that much. I think once with a little more practice, you're like, all right, this is where I need to aim.
But you can't hit a good DD player out after 7 kilometers.
No, if it's a good DD player, I will agree.
It really holds it back. But it does offer so much. It does. It offers great AA. It offers really good DPM, actually. You can sit by your battleships, protect them. You can spot everything. I agree with like mid-competitive overall. And then I think a tricked one, where now you have Kincaid, God forbid Halsey, stuff like that. You just have so much extra that you can bring in, and it makes it more comfortable. I could definitely agree, like low competitive.
No. I think it's higher than that.
Yeah, same. Okay. It's definitely next to Ragnar or something.
Okay. Lower than Trump. I think Trump does it. Trump spots better.
All right, fair enough.
Personally, I think it's behind Minotaur.
Wow.
I mean, I don't want to, sound like I'm changing my opinion, but this is my favorite, like my first favorite ship, and it's such a powerful ship if you learn the ins and outs.
Yeah, like the different things, like you can HE spam in it. You can, if you get close, using island cover, you can decimate BB players with that AP to the nose. You have sonar, you have radar, you have AA. I think it has a little of everything that you want in a ship.
So in my eyes, it's just a San Martin without combat instructions and HE. It's
right here.
Yeah, it's definitely deserving of a meta spot.
Yeah, because you put that camo on, and then you put the leg mod on, you now have some pretty decent range. And decent accuracy, too. I forget about that. That actually does increase the accuracy.
Once you have the hours in, too, like you talked about Pick Bay, you will be able to hit people at long range. Of course, if it's Steve in a daring, I'm not even going to try, but...
No.
Yeah. I mean, you just got to back them off at that point.
Yeah, exactly. It's more of a deterrence.
Yep. Yamato. I'd say the old...
I would still say meta.
Reliable. Yeah, it's old. It's low meta, but it's just... It's solid. I don't know how far up we'd want to go, but I think it's just holding.
Not too high.
It's an old sniper.
No, I think it's fine there. Because I'm looking at, you got Black Republic. I'd still rather be in that than Yamato.
Yeah.
St. Vincent in calm.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
But you can't have a power creeper.
No, she's old reliable. She's just good. Though I think, what was it? Someone was saying put the leg mod in slot 2. That you can run double dispersion, and then it's like then.
I think they should do that. Like, come on, it's Yamato, built in real life.
Oh yeah, Yamato's.
That leg mod, such a disappointment.
All
right, Yodo.
Playable.
I'd agree with that.
It's such a large ship. It doesn't turn very fast. It's only good if you're kiting. Like Arsonist told me, I played in reverse. It's the best way to play it, and it's pretty true. Like as soon as you go in, turn your ship around, reverse into the place, and then just go left and right, send torps and guns. That's all you do. And
it's got better arcs. I still wanted to have not Napoli level, but like almost forward, like 30% forward firing torps, and I think it would then go right into competitive because it has the firepower. It's you have to show such a broadside. Oh my god,
it's weird to me because like I feel like the shells are floaty, but not at the same time. Like I feel like they travel fast.
They do.
They look.
It's
fast,
like you can.
I feel like they look like
you can shoot over islands, but like I feel like they're easier to aim than say like Worcester a little bit.
Now how
yeah.
how high up? How are we going? Petro level? Hindenburg?
I think it's below both Petro and Hindenburg.
Lower.
Then again, these are the normal versions, right?
Yeah, the normal versions.
Yeah, you don't need to trick out a Yodo for it to be good,
But if you do have Togo on it, that HE, there's no reason to switch to AP anymore. There's no reason after that.
True.
So, Vermont?
Yeah, I think that's a fair placement.
Yeah. And it's really not that bad of a grind. Outside of the Amono, consistent.
And it's also like it is hard to play, but it's a good ship. Like it's not bad.
I didn't mind Amono that much.
It's very base. It's very bland for the entire line, though. That's my issue with it. I still think it should be replaced out with the Tokachi. Take 2 turrets off, and then just put 2 torp tubes. Tokachi model with 4 torp tubes on each side. Perfectly done. No problem. Yoshino.
Sly. Where do you think this should go?
Competitive.
What?
Yep.
I would love to put it in competitive, but I need to know why.
Range, and you can play this in 3 different roles, and it excels in every single one. Do you need a snipe? Cool, you got great HE, great AP. You need to ambush somebody? You absolutely can. You have the concealment to do so. You need to back up your DDs? AP, HE, doesn't matter whatever DD you run into, it's got the right amount of pen to just smack DDs, whether or not you're firing HE or AP, and it has the Roma treatment on top of it. Oh, did I forget about the torpedoes too? It's a full package. I will say it's easy to shut down. It's easy. I will agree.
I would say high playable.
Yeah, I would agree with Pigbay there. The size of the thing, and I'm just as much a Yoshino lover as you are, Sly. But Yoshino 3 years ago definitely could have been competitive. Yoshino now, it's
got the 15-kilometer range now. It's got one of the longest ranges.
But there's Slava. Slava annihilates Yoshino, and there's more Slavas out there.
Okay,
yeah,
where
battleships annihilate.
I'm not accepting that. It's
over Rhode Island.
Okay, I'll agree with that.
I haven't played it yet, but I feel like it deserves some love.
Yeah, Yoshi's amazing. Oh god, Yu Yang, the forgotten tier 10 that everyone forgets about.
I was just about to say, who the frick plays Yu Yang?
The one that was nerfed for no reason.
F's in the chat.
Oh yeah.
I would put it kind of by gearing, to be honest.
Yeah. Higher than gearing because of the radar.
Exactly, yeah.
I'd say lower than Holland.
Higher. Really? I think higher. I think right next to gearing.
Yeah, I would agree. It's because it's almost a gearing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you have deep waters. I hate deep waters.
You do have deep waters. I mean, it's the best thing in the world finding a Yu Yang in a DD knife fight because you don't have to worry.
Oh.
Yeah, but it has that radar and smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's a decent little DD.
It just needs some love. It needs the nerfs maybe reverted, even though I think that might be a little too much, but it got nerfed a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now for the Z line. The Z42, the AP Harugumo.
I love this thing. I love this thing.
With Carl von Müller on?
Bro, it is a lot of fun to play. All you need to do is forget about the HE, just play with the AP.
Oh yeah.
I think it's a meta.
Really?
I'd say low competitive. Like it's definitely borderline like high. It's high competitive. I will say. I will completely agree with like going up near.
I would say up there. I would. That's
at least high competitive. Yeah.
Lower than Bergolo.
But I think it's a little bit better than Marceau.
I'm good.
Yeah,
with
I think it's better than Marceau. Yeah.
Yeah.
but not better than Regolo. I would love to put this in meta, but that's literally because this is like the go-to ship for damage farmers. If you know what to do with it, it could be a meta ship.
Yeah.
But compared to the other ones, definitely.
I was like, when you're looking at all of the meta ships, it's tough to fight against those ones. So regular Z52.
Oh, rest in pepperonis, man. This thing was the king, not anymore.
No. I think it's mid-playable.
Yeah,
I'd say it's a little bit better. I'd say it's better than Delny overall.
I would.
Who? Hell.
I would put it above Gehring in all those.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I could agree with that one. Actually, yeah. No, you're right. You're right. It's better at cap contesting than Gehring. And you.
Now,
still a scary DD.
Z52 with a leg mod though. Is that going to be tricked?
Oh, that's Spay and leg mod and camo.
So, I think it's a lot better. I'm almost like low meta, to be honest.
Ooh, I think I'd actually put it like right by Z42. Like its torpedoes are much more consistent now, and it's got everything that goes for it.
Well, it has the fastest reloading torps, except for Marceau. I think Marceau is. Let me look at it.
I was going to say I'd put it worse than Marceau. Maybe actually no, worse than Smallland. I put that right there.
Z52.
I guess there's a lot of competitive where you could like shuffle it just a little bit.
Yeah. The 42-second reload time for
that's fast.
Yeah, and they do 73 knots.
That's
with the
pretty
leg
fast.
mod. And do 3.8.
I would almost say it should be higher. Tricked Z52.
Okay.
Yeah,
higher than Marceau.
The AP is nice, especially with APCS with Spay.
Yeah, even if you're not buffing the guns, the AP still feels amazing on it.
Yeah,
definitely.
So right there, I know it's worse
than
Z52 or Z42. Like Z42 is just really freaking good.
Yeah, that's why it's just Z42. Actually, I mean, it should not be in competitive next to Z52. Z42 is devastating.
So
it's got good torpedoes.
Like
not good, but at least a little higher, because I feel like Z52 it got completely power crept by. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Put Regolo back where I think Regolo should be ahead.
Than Austin? Yeah, it's a little bit easier than Austin. Yeah, true.
No, actually ahead of Z42. I just think that as soon as Z42 came out, exactly. Z52 just got kind of power crept. You don't see them all that often.
No.
And I think that's a testament to it being a really good German DD.
Yeah, that's true.
A good placement. Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. Oh my god, there's only 2 left.
2 left. We're at 3 hours.
All right, Sal needs fixing.
Really? Oh wait, okay, normal. Yeah, regular. True.
I will say it's still the most powerful. I think it actually should go right into niche alongside Shimakaze. It's a one-trick pony, and I enjoy it. But once you get to CV or high DD match, it's really starting to restrict what it can do. But I don't think it's in needs fixing, in my opinion.
I think the normal sound needs fixing because of the AA. Because no matter what, if you're running tricked or not, if your CV finds you, the DFA won't help you big time. So if they were to fix normal sound, I would just say give it a little bit better AA. Kind of deterred, CVs.
So both of you guys are needs fixing?
No.
Okay. Again, we're in the line of needs fixing decision.
The highest need is the best needs fixing, because like you say, it's still Sao. It still does damage.
Yep. Oh yeah. No. God, I wish.
Now, this Sao. Where do we put Black Sao?
Giga Chad Sao.
Mid competitive.
Mid competitive.
Yep, mid competitive.
I'd put it right behind it, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I would put it above it.
Above it?
Yeah, but you guys, 2 versus 1.
I mean, I guess it's hard because it has that precise aim, and honestly, a lot of people forget about the AP on Zao.
Yeah.
And they really, people need to pay it some mind, especially if you're a DD, because that shit's, that's fine.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Black
One of my favorite boats in the game.
But Tricked Zao, you can do some nasty things with.
You do a lot of tricks with the Tricked Zao. You can do a lot of little tricks there.
And then just running with that legendary mod, it's so damn nice.
I think it's my favorite legendary mod in the whole game, because it just it makes Sao really playable again. It's in competitive.
I think my favorite legendary mod is definitely Minotaurs.
Oh, true. Good case for that one.
Nuts.
Henry's. I like Henry's.
I like Henry's too. I'm not gonna lie, that is a solid one as well.
It's not a required one though. Like we're like Minnow, like that just takes Minnow and just be like, hey, you want the best one, but now you want the best DD as well. Basically, like you kind of like almost pair it up. You're like, this is nuts. Gets insane. Though we do have Gdansk and Bazan. All right.
Just looking at the list, I feel like it's a pretty good list, man. Stuff has changed since last year.
Our opinions have too. Like, there's a lot of stuff that was previously in niche. Like, niche is a much smaller category now. I think that makes more sense.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, no, I think that we're rating them a lot more accurate to what the capabilities of the ship are in the meta. So, do we have anything we want to switch up in meta? Let's just kind of like quickly go through meta and like competitive. Anything we want to kind of?
I'm kind of feeling like Smolensk needs to go up above San Martin.
Nah.
No, I actually, out of principle, I say no.
I think it needs to go above it.
No.
No, I'm gonna have to put my foot down as well.
San Martin will dumpster Smolensk, but Smolensk will dumpster everybody.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that.
If you're looking at a 7, if we're looking at the game how it is, a 7v7.
7 Smolensk versus 7 San Martins. Yeah, I think he does have a case.
No, not like that. But
just
I meant
like regular
how the game
yeah.
it is. A regular game
in that sense, yeah.
Smolensk will dominate.
Oh. Yep.
I know you guys don't want to hear it, but it's the truth.
But it's truth. The truth hurts.
Yep. Truth hurts. Man.
We need a devil's advocate. That's why we're 3.
Yeah, I think that's the meta. Really.
Wow. I wonder how many ships are going to be next year.
I want to take a moment here, realize how many DDs are in meta right now.
Yeah, I've been looking at that the whole time. I'm like, dude, what happened to cruisers, bro? Battleships? Where have we gone?
That's the problem.
There's only like 2 up there.
People wonder why is there such a DD meta right here. There are so many
right
good
there.
Ones. So many good ones, and they control the field too. That's even like the Bazan controls the quick killing one. Gdansk can just control a flank. Trump sees all without even a radar. I want that.
It's a strong DD meta nowadays.
And in reality, like San Martin and Minnow, you need a good player behind them to make them what they are. But if you're half decent, you're definitely competitive. If you're really good, then you're meta, definitely. But it's a half decent Bazan player will shut out a Smolensk. Easy. Yeah.
It's one of the most enjoyable things to do in the Bazan. Let's go for Smolensk.
Friggin' Citadeling.
All right, quickly
Just
before
tail between his legs.
Let's go over competitive. Anything? I think the competitive actually is really set up really well.
The only one I have gripes with is Jinan, but again, it's the highest competitive, so it's fair. Yeah. It's just because Jinan has so much damage potential. But again, deep water torpedoes.
I actually say it's more just because of the armor and its nerf that it got hit by, and also just the general DD meta. Like one of its main weapon sources doesn't work on them. That's what I wouldn't say deep waters are a problem for it. I think it's just now, like, once it goes back to the battleship meta, Jinan goes right back up, right next to Minnow. Yeah. Like, it's just...
Also, we're forgetting that their CV has its own category, so let's be real. A lot of those CVs it should be in meta.
Roosevelt, Malta, Midway, Haku are all in meta.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely. The top 4. The 3 others are just competitive because they're CVs.
Yeah, they're down. I think we got a good list here. I think we did.
Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with this. Can't wait to see what the community thinks.
Yeah, which once again, I will make sure that the link is in the description so you guys could have joined us during this and let us know what your thoughts are. We're actually going to be creating a whole section of Tier Maker on the Discord on mine so that you can submit your own and kind of we can talk about it and get to know everyone's opinions because, we're just creators here where this is our opinions, this is us playing the game a bunch. But what are yours? Are we wrong on anything? Is there any hot takes that you think that happened? Or do you think that we put a ship completely wrong and it's secretly underrated because, just like last year, we had a completely different list. This year, I think it's a lot better, but there could still be some ones that we're not looking at. We're not seeing the true potential of. But 3 hours.
Obviously, Sebastopol is top meta. Just saying.
Nope. Zao goes up to meta.
Yeah, Sao
Oh,
needs fixing all the CVs.
Yoshino goes down to a niche.
No. Trick Gouden Leeuw goes top tier.
Oh man.
Oh god.
Okay, I think we've lost our mind after for 3 hours. Yeah. Yep, I think that is all. Fablin, Pigbay, thank you both for joining me on this endeavor. But don't forget to subscribe to both of them. They both have great channels and great content. Love you both for joining me. It's just fantastic just for us to get together and doing this. I know with all the time zones, it's just fun to get all that done. But tier 10 tier maker is done.
Thanks for having me, man.
No, thank you for joining.
And thank you for ripping me away from my other game that I was playing.
You can go play Baldur's Gate now.
Hey, you got $7 from me. Okay, I paid you for this.
Actually, yeah, he's paid for your time. Pretty bad hourly wage though, but yeah.
It's still something, right? It's better than our ad revenue. Yeah.
It's less than
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, it's better than our ad revenue from these videos, definitely. But hopefully everyone enjoyed this. If you watched the entire thing, just props to you. But everyone else who joined in the snippets, hopefully you enjoyed that as well. And hopefully you all are having a great July. Peace, everyone.
Bye-bye. Adios.
Toodles.
Farewell.